What's up, everybody? You are here for a momentous occasion, something that rarely happens these days. The whole starting lineup, the original OGs of Lyle's Movie Files. It's not just me, not just the little bro Jace. What's up?
What's going on?
Not the man, the myth, the legend himself, Chief. But we've also got in high definition, J King himself, Zaire Copa.
Hey, for the occasion, I even up the ante, man. Nobody is gonna make fun of the speed of my camera or lack thereof on this episode.
No, sir. And then joining us from Workville, he had to make a special occasion. He had to get a jury duty slip so he could come in on this one. It's the one and only Gunner. What's up, man?
What's good, y'all? Hey, how's it going, man? It's been a minute. It's been a minute.
Way
Oh,
too
yeah.
long. All right, so let's set up this remarkable thing. So on Saturday, you not noticed there was a new Netflix movie, and I knew it was Tyler Perry because I have access to I'm part of the press, so I get to see what Netflix has coming up. And I said, "Oh, Tyler Perry's a new movie. Oh wow, okay. Let's put a pin in that. We'll check it out later." Then on Saturday, it's like, "Oh, that's right, the Tyler Perry movie." And I saw some of my media critic colleagues posting things about the movie. I didn't click on their reviews. I hate doing that before I review it because I just want to go in and have my own thoughts before I start getting influenced by everybody else. So started watching the movie and I was like, oh, oh wow. And maybe 30 minutes in, I text my legal consultant, aka my brother, and I said, hey, have you watched this? I've got so many legal questions. And Jay said to me, do you remember what he said?
Uh, I'm thinking it was the first part of this. This movie is over before it starts. These people will be disbarred for bringing this into a judge's office. Like, not a chance. There's no. Oh, we can make this work for a movie because that's the only way it works. No chance in Hades. This happens. Just not.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. We've actually decided to go look. There's no chance in hell this happens. No.
Yeah. Censor buttons on vacation tonight where we can go midnight blue, as I told you all. So go nuts. And then I kept watching the movie and it was like, oh. And it just kept getting more and more ridiculous. And I said, wow, this movie's so bad, it's kind of great, but it's still a terrible movie. And then the last half hour, when Tyler was like, all right, I'm tired of doing my Basic Instinct parody. Now I'm gonna go for my Get Out parody. I was like, oh my gosh, this is worse. What are you doing? And so much stuff didn't add up. And I said, oh no, I gotta call Jace. We have to ring the alarm. We have to call the bat signal. We need our Spider Sense team. We raise the flag. We need the entire crew to watch this movie with us because we need to talk about this one. And we begged, we pleaded, you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it. And you guys did. You honored us by watching this debacle. And I'm so happy because the text thread kept me laughing all day long as each one of you kept watching the movie and had your stream of conscious thoughts. I'm like, what? There are lots of WTFs. I don't understand this. How much longer is this movie? What the heck? And so yeah, now is the time. Now we get to talk about this in full gory details.
Mm-hmm.
So let's set up the premise here for those. And this is all the way spoilers. So if for whatever reason you haven't watched it, we're getting into it. So the premise of this movie is Kelly Rowland is you probably know her best from Freddy versus Jason. Yeah, so Kelly Rowland. So she is a high-powered attorney in Chicago. And Jace, you may not know this, but Chicago does not have the death penalty. So lethal injection, not an option. Okay, so and apparently marijuana is also legalized. Anyway, not that these things matter to a fact checker on a Tyler Perry movie. Anyhow, so she gets recruited out of all of these lawyers in Chicago to represent Zaire, a guy who is a high renowned artist, not a singer, not a rapper, not an athlete. No, he's an artist, putting paintbrush to canvas, creating these masterpieces. We cannot say the same about this movie. And he is accused of killing his girlfriend. Now, in this world in Chicago, the bodies don't sleep with the fishes. They poof with a fairy's wand. We'll get into that. But he's accused of killing his girlfriend, and Zaire seeks out Mea, conveniently enough, the name of our movie, Mea Culpa, and to represent him. And what did you think, fellas, just about that basic premise? We'll get into everything soon, but what y'all think about that? Did that work? Did it make sense or what? Oh man, Jason ran away already. Come back.
I'm gonna let it open to people who don't come all the time.
I gotta say this. When Tyler Perry was writing this, right, I'm pretty sure he, maybe thought of the title of this movie first and said Mea Culpa. The character's name is Mea. Tyler, you did it again. I'm pretty sure he was rating himself over that, and it just went downhill from there. But I'm gonna stop.
That premise was like, okay, got it.
Mm-hmm.
It usually starts off with a fair premise.
Yeah,
it's usually how these things work. Just like every script I wrote when I was in junior high. Yep.
It's pretty basic. It kind of is like, okay, cool. That's enough. That's your episode of Law and Order. Cool.
Yep.
Chief, what did you think? Were you like, I'm intrigued, tell me more? Or like, what just set us up on?
What kind of lawyer doesn't have an office?
She does have an office.
Boom.
Bro, they just kept meeting downstairs.
That right there.
So he comes to the office.
She met him in his office.
No, you cannot meet clients in the hallway of your office. It breaks confidentiality. You can't actually be a lawyer. You get disbarred for doing that.
So I looked at it. I was like,
lobbies and hallways. Lobbies and hallways.
Like, he just met her kind of, you know what I mean? Like, it was a wild story.
TP couldn't splurge for an office. He's like, no, we're going to the lobby.
Oh, yeah, man. I just thought, like, the way it all came about, she gets the call. We're not even sure if she was a high-powered lawyer. We're not even, like, there's nothing leading into saying, yo, she's other than the Goomba, right? He was like, yo, but we don't know anything. We don't know anything other than that dude.
The WeWork office space that she had, she had a law office. She may not be there all the time, but she had an office. Now, of course, getting upstairs to the office was a whole lot of problem. But
all right, so I'm jumping ahead. Now the movie starts, she and her husband are at the therapist because their marriage is kind of on the rocks. Things have not been good. We don't know what's happened just yet, but we know there's a lack of satisfaction. Maybe her husband Cal is sleeping around with a childhood friend because he was caught holding hands at a public place with his dear childhood friend Jenna. And Mea is not happy about it. So, and apparently, now this, everybody here is married, so I feel like you guys have cell phones to remind you when you have events. Oh, no, I can't schedule this because there's a conflict. So they decide to have a therapy session on his mom's birthday. I felt like
that's when you want to have a therapy session on your mother's birthday, right?
Oh,
yeah, I need my tools and equipment to deal with that mess. Yes.
And it's also going to be in the middle of her birthday celebration. It's
right,
not always before. It's got to be I got 30 minutes for my hour-long session of this therapy that I'm paying for. Yeah, we only can do 30 minutes because it's mom's birthday. So yeah, make that work.
Let's have this session.
I mean,
charge me for the full hour though, please.
He looked like a sucker. They made him look like a sucker off the top.
Right.
I remember just looking at him. I was like, dang, bro.
You just wanted
to, like you just like, okay. So
As soon as he came out the window, or he was sitting on the couch and she was at the window, I was like, oh, That's the sucker character.
That's the
Okay.
setup. That's
I'm
the
like,
setup.
he's got the blueprint. It's a blueprint. This is what he does. Check.
Hey, you know how mom is about the celebrations? And my man gathered
Can't
his stuff.
disappoint your mama.
And look. He gathered his stuff, ran out, but they left in the same car. So, listen. Okay, I'm gonna leave that there. I don't want to jump too far. I just want to.
Yeah.
It was in my head, and I just was like, yo, we may not get to that point, but yeah.
I caught that the second time I watched the beginning.
Yeah,
I watched the beginning twice. I was like, I must have missed something. Nope, I did not.
Yeah, and I'm saying I also had to. I watched this movie a second time because I fell asleep the first time. So,
yeah.
So that was very interesting, and I just felt like that was really weird because I felt like Chief, they were trying to make him look bad, but I felt like why would she schedule something on his mom's birthday? I mean, regardless of her having cancer, why would you schedule the therapy? That's something. Oh shoot, I forgot we had a therapy session. Let me change it to tomorrow.
Yeah, especially when mom has cancer, you're assuming mom's going through chemo, so you have to make sure you don't know how many birthday moms has left. So
when you get therapy sessions on Groupon, you kind of got to honor your scheduled appointments, Dave.
You got to stick for the date. So then Tyler makes sure that we all know that Mia is the hero of this story because the mother-in-law is the trashiest person I've seen in a movie in a long time. Oh no, husband, my son, sit with this girl, not your wife. She can sit to the back of the end of the table. And even if she's dying from cancer, I feel like most melanin women are not going to take that.
I don't know if y'all ever. If y'all ever seen, what was it? Any of those reality shows. That's one of those. The family's getting into a fight, and blows are going to be thrown. There's a drink going to be thrown. There's not civility at all. It's word. If you sit next to her, I'm going to stab you with this fork.
Yeah,
right.
Jay, that right. That's from the playbook of all reality drama, like these made up drama based reality shows. That's from the playbook of that. It's like a producer came over and said, "Hey, why don't you do this so we can, play that scenario up really quick."
Right.
The
girl they just had an argument about, and I'm like, what husband would want to go home
after
doing that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, let me kick this off. Yeah, mama, put her next to me. I'm not gonna say nothing, and then we're gonna drive home together.
But he wanted to develop the fact that he's a mama's boy, so he's going to listen to whatever, even though after that therapy session, they were just complaining about the same person.
Right.
Yeah,
he just wanted to, that was his character development.
Also, is he blind?
I know.
Yes.
I know.
Just a serious question. Because I'm like, Gina, Mia? I don't get it.
I'm sorry. No married man wants that conversation in the car. Just absolutely
I don't even want that look from across.
It may be 2 weeks from now. We'll have the same argument, but the same day, man, not a chance in hell.
Hours later,
you don't want that look from across the room,
right?
Forget the car ride.
Look, any real dude would have been like, "Mama, don't put this bra next to me."
Yeah, right. Or let me just switch seats.
I'll sit at the head of the table, but I'm not doing that.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not going home with you, mother. I'm going home to her.
Yeah.
And I'm going to sit there.
Yeah.
But that's the character development.
I get you're dying from cancer, but I got to live with her for the next year or two. So, yeah, right.
I only got to deal with your bullshit for the next 6 months at best, man. I got to deal with it for the rest of my days. Okay?
6 months.
Yeah, that was crazy, yo. I don't even know why. Yeah, I was. You looking at the scene like what? Nah. No way.
She's just over the top, mother. Like that's over the top.
And first of all, you looking at your mom like, why are you fighting? Why? Like, what did you do? Like, yeah, it's It's not. Yeah, I didn't understand that either.
Character.
And then and the mom was so. I mean, she was. Listen, I don't know any black woman who's gonna allow that to happen and not say nothing.
No,
And not
Even
say
to your
nothing.
cancer patient mother-in-law. That is
all of that was unrealistic.
no.
Bro, they could have been wheeling the mother out of there, and somebody was give her chest compressions, and she would have still been giving it to the mother. And another thing, bitch, don't you ever, you know what I mean? So don't listen.
Yeah.
It's not gonna happen like that. So
No.
Mia and has a lawyer, somebody who doesn't live. I mean, I'm just, and I don't know this, but I'm saying, I'm assuming lawyers can't be passive in the way they go about certain things. You can't be that. I mean, you know what I mean? If you go in the courtroom and you allow the prosecutor or whatever to say whatever he needs to say, and you're just kind of standing there like, do I object? Should I say something? That's probably pretty damaging to the case right there. I'm gonna let her ride. Yeah, I'm gonna let her go ahead with it. You gotta eventually be like, hey, Yeah. You know what I mean? Strike that. Whatever that is, whatever the courtroom jargon is. Jason, you know, I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, we got enough lawyer jargon I got to object to on this, please.
Oh my god, dude, it was so much.
Gosh, yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, lawyers gotta, you know, they cool, but they got, after a while, I remember I was teasing Jace about his shirt. He had the Pew shirt. And before I left that night, Jace grabbed my arm, he pulled me to the side and said, you say one more damn word about the shirt, I'm gonna punch you in your face. And I said, you know what, Jace? I love the color. And that was it. That's all. Look, hey, this man works out. He's about 6 years younger than me. Listen, I will not say anything about that shirt anymore. And I remember I was like, you remember I was the first to leave. I said, let me get the hell out. I knew I had a faster car than him. So if I knew I could get to the house quicker. But yeah, eventually they're gonna come for you. So yeah. Sorry, Jace.
Yeah.
I mean, you did mention the shirt again. I'm just saying.
But I'm safe at the house now.
Okay.
So then we get caught up now, and Mia is considering Zaire's case. Zaire is just like, listen, this whole coming to your office, it doesn't work for me. There's too many paparazzi following me around. Next time, come to my spot. And he's very, like he's talking to his dog.
Jeff, you forgot. How did Zaire just randomly meet her?
He was in her office.
Yeah, but I mean,
Lobby.
No, he was upstairs in her office when they first met. Every other scene was in the hallway. But in the very beginning, he was in her office because he turned around and gave her
let me say this.
Now, the secretary should not have.
Your first thing is, if you're sizing up your lawyer, you're going to jail. Like, that's not. I mean, if you're on jail for capital murder and you're sizing up your lawyer, you're going to jail. You don't have to wait questions. You're going to jail.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm glad you changed that because I was like, never.
Look, because he was like this. He was like,
another story for me.
He was LL in that. Like,
he was, man.
He really was.
Wow.
But
I know what's for dinner and dessert.
I was like,
over the top.
Over
the top.
He was a little, you know what I mean? Which in turn, I knew that was what they was going for because the husband was such a sucker. She needed a alpha man to take charge, a man who could say something to her. So I knew that was the dynamic they was going to.
Yep, just like
remember,
Temptation.
A friend of mine used to date a lawyer, and he ended up running from the bun because she was like, she wanted to be dominated at the house because during the day she was in charge. So when she got home, she didn't want to be in charge of nothing. She wanted her man to be like dude. And my man wasn't that type of dude. He was the sucker. So he ended up running from her. Didn't you know what I mean? But I understood that dynamic. I was like, okay, they're trying to put a dude who's going to come take charge, tell her, you know, hey, these are the things. Hey, listen, you're going to do what I want you to do. And she was like, you can see already. I mean, from the first joint, she was about to give it all up.
She was getting flubbed. Okay, Gunner. Let me ask a question. All right, if you're, if you are charged with capital murder. How are you going to randomly get to another attorney? Shouldn't you already have an attorney?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
That's one thing.
Do you get able to go out and shop for other random lawyers without what's that thing, an ankle monitor?
Yeah, it depends. I mean, if you're out on bail, I mean, if you got, you're rich, you're on bail, you're all that, and you need to switch the lawyers, sure. Yeah. But none of that was detailed in this wonderful movie.
Yeah.
None of that. He's just out there walking around like, yeah, I'm out.
This dude has to be a bad boy motorcycle.
Yeah, this dude
has to be a bad boy motorcycle.
Yeah. Love Jones and this whole thing, this whole scene behind us. Yeah. Straight Love Jones and crap.
This dude has to be so rich. He's a flight risk.
Apparently.
So this is such a great artist that he's got to have an ankle monitor, and there's no shopping for it. Javon.
Jay's question.
Yes.
Have you ever heard of a painter being that famous? I'm just asking. I don't know. Are painters that famous?
I know we know a famous painter, but I don't think everybody knows of her.
I thought they were like jazz musicians. I thought they were like jazz musicians. We only knew them after they died.
I think there's famous painters, Javon. I just don't think we're rich enough to know them.
Probably,
I think you run into those circles where you can spend $50,000, $100,000 on a painting, and then you know those painters. Like,
but your common man would not know that famous
painter.
Right.
Know that.
All right.
Just for paparazzi to come around and all that.
If I saw the paparazzi around this guy, I'd be like, who the hell is he? And then I wouldn't even know because I'm broke. I don't know nobody.
But the real question, though, Javon, would you be spending time out of your work day to protest an art gallery putting his work up?
Yes, absolutely. Wonderful murder, Jeff.
That scene made no sense. And then the gallery owner flicking off the people. I'm like, why are you being so malicious? What is this?
That was ridiculous.
What are you
doing? She say? She was like, guy? What did she say? Oh, all of you. Right. I was just like, what? It's a Rocky movie?
Hey, what's
happening here?
I was like, what is it? That was the worst accent. I was like, was she going for an accent like my man in the beginning of the movie? The Goomba, the stereotypical Goomba dude.
Yeah.
That was like, this is the worst accent ever.
And I felt like Tyler was really not trying to work. Like, I feel like he maybe had 4 hours to write this script, and he said, I bet I can knock it out in 2. Because there were ways to make this movie better. And every turn he said, how can I do it faster? Like with the husband being a straight sucker, I felt like there was a better way to go with this that would have probably saved the back end of the movie. But him being weak at every possible turn was just like, what are you doing? And then like him, like, oh, I got mom this expensive $20,000 watch. And how'd you pay for it? I sold my piano. Your piano? I mean, you're not playing. Like, why, dude?
And right there, I was like, and here we go.
Okay.
None of that made sense whatsoever.
Yeah. How do you not notice a piano's missing? It's not just a
That's the part I was like, but y'all live in was that an apartment?
I think something's missing. I don't know. Is it the Steinway? I think it's a Steinway. Hey, honey, somebody robbed us. They took our piano. We must look at our security camera because obviously somebody did something.
Nah, I sold so coolly too.
Yeah, I sold the piano.
I sold the piano. I mean, you don't even play it anymore. I mean, it was mine.
Right.
Okay, bro. All right.
That's the car they're driving.
Look, I'm not an expert, but whenever I see somebody putting a piano in the house, it's usually from the outside, and they're bringing up the long side of the building. Like, how did you can't carry no piano down the steps or something, bro? Like, how did you?
She was busy at the office.
Doing what? She didn't have no work till the Bama came.
Yeah.
I mean, it looked like they were struggling, because of reasons that you will elaborate later, but it looked like they were having some financial difficulty that was leading to their marital issue. So this random client who wants to, famous person who can pay this extra retainer that she has for magical claims was going to solve all their money problems.
For 6 months.
$20,000 piano or watch could have helped out a lot with those bills.
Man, that's
Right.
for suckers, man. Who wants to pay their bills with their money that they hawkish? Man,
And he spent $20,000 on his dying mom. Like,
I
is he
think
trying to
hey,
take the money to watch back
kid,
and sell it?
once mom's dead, you get the watch back and sell it for the piano.
Or if you're gonna take it back to Target and go, hey, this is within 90 days, right?
Hey, Mom, don't wear the watch. Leave it in the box. Just look at it. We'll pick it up
Don't
after-
worry, I got a box for you too,
Not for
Mom.
wearing.
We'll pick it up after it's over.
Right.
I'm gonna have to sell this watch to pay for your casket. So come on, make that
Yeah,
up.
we're gonna
Right,
put you in a box next.
Facts.
So that doesn't make any sense. And then interesting thing here that you guys probably didn't care, but I was like, I gotta know all the facts of this movie. The two brothers in the movie are brothers in real life.
I could tell. I was like, they look related. This is interesting.
Yeah,
And they were
that
equally bad actors.
Oh my God, that Bama who played the prosecutor. Oh my
God.
Yeah,
God,
he was bad.
Hey, man,
it
it looked
was
like that was
terrible.
that dude from Dead Silence. It looked like somebody was playing him as a puppet. Remember? Old
Right.
Girl?
And then, and then was it this? Did you actually
Right.
think that it was? I was like, what the hell? Is this AI? This is what AI Netflix looks like? It was between him and Zaire. I was like, yo, these
I thought,
motherfuckers.
I
are
thought they
robots.
were holding cue cards for him, man. I was like, trying to.
I was right. I was like, and you know what? They might as well have been.
that was a script budget right there. Cue card holders.
Oh my gosh.
He was.
Mia-
This is Mom's
Mia
birthday. Enjoy it.
Mia does have
Enjoy
one ally in this
it.
movie, her sister-in-law. And her sister-in-law is like the bestest friend ever. And oh, girl, they're crazy. But you know how they are. And we're the besties. And we go work out. We do punching, kickbox, and then we have some ice cream afterwards to regain all the carbs we lost. So I was like, okay, cool. She's got a friend and somebody to help her when she's making poor life choices. To go, no, don't do this. So all right, whatever. And Tyler, to his credit, has some threads that he kind of randomly tosses out. So if you're paying attention, oh, I see, because that tied back into this thing he mentioned offhandedly back in the first act. The husband is prosecuting the case against Zaire, and to avoid a conflict of interest, this is a conflict of interest that's a problem, Chase. He has to sell the paintings of Zaire that he and his wife own. So that's the conflict of interest. And the family decides, they have a discussion, that Mia's not going to represent this dude, because getting Zaire locked up is the key that the oldest son needs for his mayoral campaign. Now, I didn't really feel like that was going to be enough. I felt like maybe there's other criminals, like real criminals with real bodies and all kinds of stuff that he could have prosecuted. Also, who are these protesters? Because they're protesting someone they don't know. I mean, did they just happen to see it on the news? Oh, Heidi, a Latina woman, is killed. Also, of all the random names to choose for a Latina woman, why did Heidi become the one?
He did. Jonathan Majors. Just saying.
How many
Before we
bodies-
knew anything, people were out there protesting. I'm just saying that is probably the realest part of this movie. These white girls are going to protest a black man on that kind of stuff, man. That's
There's
just
black
how it
women
is.
in the protest too.
Yeah,
But the thing was,
And they're going to be, there's always some of them Trumpers in there.
it's just wild. Okay, you all don't know it, but I feel like I've watched enough murder cases where the family's out there bawling and crying. I want justice for Heidi. Hashtag justice for Heidi. And we have her cousin, we have her best friend, we have her co-worker from back in the day when she used to work as a waitress at this hotel. I mean, just random people who know Heidi, who could speak to her character. She was so loving and blah, blah, nothing. These protesters,
there should have been a news crew with Heidi's best friend, roommate, she tells how long she's missed her. We really want this. We don't want this guy out on bail. We don't think the prosecutor who's soft on crime should be trying to actually have Heidi's killer out on bail. This guy can leave anytime. We demand justice for Heidi. And then again, you have the anchor person who's trying to get their Pulitzer, big award, that they're actually showing interviews with Heidi's family in the
You're writing a better movie, Jason. You can't be doing that. Don't do that. You're writing a better movie already.
That GPT version of Tyler Perry's script just did not come up with this.
Heidi the Mexican. It's already messed up, man. Like
this is the problem you both are presenting. You're approaching this with logic and reason. You're being smart about it, but basing this on reality. This is the problem with Tyler Perry's anything, that it's especially when he tries to get serious, right?
Right.
Oh God.
It's so soap opera-ish. It's like he crams a season's worth of all in, what do you call it?
Listen.
Jason
and I grew up on
not even
Days of Our Lives, Young and the Restless,
yeah.
Another World.
Oh yeah.
They would never have this kind of plot hole. I mean, the role of so-and-so may be played by a 20-year-old now, but there would never be gaping plot holes. I mean, this dude is like, beep, beep. I think we get this 747 that drove on the longest runway ever in Fast and Furious 6 to fall in this crevice of plot holes. It was just wild stuff where it's like, hey, does he have interns that go, oh, Mr. Perry, sir, I just have a question.
Fired.
There is definitely no interns asking questions. There is definitely no legal person in there. Hey, guy, Tyler, I know you didn't ask for anything, but you may
he
have
writes this script in a room like this. I'm just saying, he writes this script in an hour and a half in this room like this.
There's a table read. There is literally a table read where all of these people, before they act one part, they literally read the whole script. And then it's like, hey, wait a minute. That doesn't make sense, Tyler.
Jay, I'm gonna guarantee you there's not a table read. Tyler, mad scientist, this thing on his.
Read. Do you see how these people are acting? And my man that plays Zaire is actually a good actor. This Bama did not read the script before the camera started rolling. He just didn't read it. He's just like he's literally like I think I read this like 2 hours before.
I'm in. So
I told him to play Sharon Stone and improvise all your dialogue.
There was a crazy part in there where Manti Teo walks past them and they kind of look at each other and nod. He's like, I know what you're going through. So, hey man.
Damn.
Yeah, man.
I mean,
it was this joint, So your man, I was like, why Chicago? It's 400, almost 500.
Look at the bike thing in the background here. Chicago. We gotta have the leather jackets in freaking 2024 and the bike, just like Love Jones, man. He's going for like Love Jones meets Basic Instinct and
it's too many bodies to protest there. There's not enough protesters for the amount of people dying in Chicago.
That's fair. There were really like 7 people there.
Again, we have to worry about Heidi. Heidi was murdered by a famous artist. That is what we care about.
It could have been a small town, maybe somewhere outside of maybe Chesterton, where she was from.
Yes.
When you go to the big city, it's too much. People, think about DC for a second. It's not that big. People die pretty regularly around there. But, I mean, how many protesters have you seen?
You get one day of protest, and then everybody goes back to work.
And they go back to work. Are they sending the babies to a nanny that they're paying so they can go in front of this art gallery? Shouldn't they be protesting at the DA's office or at Nia's office? How are you representing this
art gallery?
Yeah, I mean, that's the one they would have been protesting because Mia's telling everybody in the dang on world who her client is. I mean, she's a, hey, I'm representing the dude, but there may be a conflict because my brother-in-law is the DA.
Hey, Jay,
and the judge is literally magically hearing these morons in his office. I'm cool with it because I'm sure they said, hey, if there's one thing wrong, I'm gonna have you guys both for disbarment. As soon as they get out of the damn office, it's gonna be a disbarment situation. Hey, are you going to lunch tomorrow with mom? Yeah. Disbar your ass out of here. No, get lost.
I'll allow it.
So, other things that were allowed at this poor atrocity of a script. So after the family has a meeting and tells her, you are not taking this case, she says, oh, bet I am. And she calls up her old buddy, Jimmy, the private investigator, who she found on LinkedIn. And Jimmy, I don't care about anybody else in this movie. Jimmy's the most controversial, shadiest dude in this entire movie. And Tyler Perry was like wide open, had the layup, and he was like, nah, I'm gonna shoot the basketball and go with something totally different. Like, he sets everything up and then goes, I got you. I'm like, no, Tyler, you messed up because you had it right here. This is your movie with your plot twist. And for whatever reason, you decided to go to Nonsense Alley. So anyway, so Jimmy's like, oh, I got you. I you're like a sister to me. I'm like, yeah, I know this play. I see what you're doing, Jimmy. Okay, whatever. Right. Jimmy's like, yeah, I've been keeping my eyes on your husband because, you asked me to a while back, but I've been keeping an eye just in case you needed a shoulder to cry on when I finally catch him slipping.
I mean, I've caught him holding hands, right. And I'm sure, that puts you in counseling. So, yeah.
Yeah, because really,
you're here to make up for that.
It's like that meme. He's just around the tree, licking his lips, biding his time. It's almost here. It's almost here, and I'm about to cash in my best friend ticket and go into my
shoulder to cry on.
That's what I'm saying. This wouldn't have been a shoulder. She was like, Jimmy, that's not your shoulder. I know. Cry on it anyway, though. You know what I mean? Because the way Jimmy was going, Jimmy wasn't interested in giving her a shoulder. It's not a shoulder he wanted to show her.
I mean, once Jimmy showed up, you're like, oh, I know who Jimmy is. Exactly. He's so clear cut. I know this dude. Got it.
And he's already named Jimmy.
Got it.
Here's the crazy part about it. So you don't know anything else other than recently you got caught holding hands with this girl, right?
Right.
And the way they first presented it to you was like she caught him. But then you find out Jimmy caught him. But then he's not asking, why the hell do you have somebody following me? Or how did you know? Or who told you?
I'm trying to tell you, man, the Jimmy character was added. Like, he wrote it in 2 hours. It was like 90 minutes into writing the script. He's like, hold on, let me go back here. Right. That Jimmy character that I wrote over here. I forgot to add him in the beginning.
Him in the first place. Like, why was Jimmy following him? Man, things ain't going well in the marriage. I'm going to put Jimmy on. What?
Hey, listen, Chief, these jokers have no money. I'm going to hire my private investigator friend who's not working pro bono. I'm going to hire him to follow my
This is not Jessica Jones. This one's got to get money. I mean, he's got a team of people to pay. So he's got, hey, I'm just randomly following your husband for no reason. I got a team on your husband. It's not me. I have my people working on your husband who you've never caught cheating. But I got time for that, girl, because I'm your shoulder crying. Don't you worry. I got this.
Jimmy ain't going home at night. He just following cuz. And dude don't got a job.
All right, see, so then when the other shoe drops, because Mia is pissed, you're not going to tell me who I can't defend because, shocker, you got fired. Not because you got laid off or whatever, because the economy's rough. Nah, you showed up to work high because you're an anesthesiologist. You get paid, and you're coming to work. Come on. The first time he did it, he'd been gone. But he is no longer working. He has no money coming in. She's like, which bill you paying, homie? And he's like, okay, I'm a sucker. But really, how is he deciding I need to keep this illusion from my family? And as we get to the payoff, it makes even less sense. And because, this dude should be totally loyal to his wife because she's paying the bills. I'm going to sell the piano. He should be like, I got you with everything. This dude's like, no, you ain't taking this job. So I didn't understand why husband Cal needed to be so just here. So I guess that's the only way the accused murderer looks better.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't.
Yeah, I guess so.
Looking for a job. My man was on. He was just chilling. He was laying in bed.
Hey, listen, it was a lot of work peeing and then going back to bed, Chief.
Yeah, my man came up. Enjoy
She
your
was on a work call.
Enjoy your day, honey. Yeah, my man. You know what I mean? Look. And he didn't even look at a bill to pick. He might have even been like, well, maybe there's a $50 bill in there somewhere.
Yeah,
my man
there's
was
gotta be a phone bill in this thing somewhere.
yeah, let me look at the phone bill. Well, I'll take the phone bill.
Right. I need to sell some of your dresses because they're
Right.
fly. But I mean,
Right.
you know, her wardrobe in this movie was on point. I got to give some credit where it's
Yeah,
due. The
you went
wardrobe,
Olivia Pope on this one. Yeah.
it was great. Like every scene, she was on point.
Where's the dining room set? Well, we don't be eating dinner here. You know what I mean? But the water bill paid.
You
You
got
know?
it.
So
Yeah, so that was really interesting. So now let's get to the whole thing with Zaire and Mia. Like clearly, Tyler wants us to feel and root for this passion that is just exploding from the screen. This chemistry is just made Steve vanish.
But he's still the devil.
Zaire is just like, he is so chill for somebody accused of killing his girlfriend. She's like, hey, look, here's a picture of the blood of your girlfriend. It seeped through the ceiling of the person above. My thought is, this dude is an artist. Maybe he spilled a bucket, a pail of red paint. Did anyone consider that? And here are the bone fragments of her skull in your painting.
Bone fragments in paint. How do we just randomly? These are definitely bone fragments of this person that we don't have a body for.
No, maybe he had some Popeyes and just got nuts. You know, he got excited. He's throwing the chicken around, and you know,
Damn it, Jeff, that's racist.
I'm saying, Tyler looks like he
Dang it.
enjoy a little Popeye.
I know he's a traditional Tyler Perry dark-skinned character, but you don't have to stereotype him like that.
I didn't say he had watermelon in the fridge. All right, so
all which is excellent, good choices. So I you said watermelon. I started thinking about was any in my fridge. I was like, is there any upstairs? Okay.
So, I mean, she is still drawn to this dude despite like a million blood red flags showing up. He is not taking this thing serious. And
No.
how busy is she? Because I feel like she needed to schedule things with her administrative assistant better. Hey, listen, I need to meet with Zaire between 2 and 5, not 9 and 11.
He wants his artistic vibes when he wants to talk to his lawyer about his murder charge. Really go start flowing after around 6 or 7 o'clock. Before then, it's sleepy time. Now,
I'm trying to get showing up at midnight though.
I mean, hey, what got me was, hey, you come to your client's office, I mean, his house, and your only question is, hey, what about the blood? I do not represent murder. I do not do defense. But hey, can you at least watch Daredevil? Hey, all right, I'm trying to get you off. So here's some questions.
Whoa, not yet. She didn't do that just yet.
No, because she's literally talking about some one picture. It's okay. I think I can get this case thrown out. No, this is that kind of legal drama. It's stupid legal drama. So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So Zaire is not taking it serious, but for whatever reason, he can't tell Mia straight up what happened. He's like, listen, I didn't do that. It wasn't me. He didn't even go, I passed out because I went to my friend's red room. He didn't say that. He's just like, listen, that's not me. I didn't do it. And it's like he comes off ridiculously guilty for someone who really has no reason. Oh. He wasn't like, oh, I passed out drunk and I don't remember. The next thing I know, the paramedics are taking Heidi, taking her body out.
Yeah.
Nothing. I mean, he is relying on everybody's honor system that he killed her. And he has no nothing.
But
No,
remember, interviewer Jimmy he doesn't know if he's telling the truth or he's just too sexy to be murder charged.
He was too sexy for Jimmy.
He was too sexy for too sexy. No, Sergeant Jones, too sexy. No.
Look, and a 7-figure price tag for the lawyer and one investigator.
Right.
Was this one Jimmy doing all the running around? And Jimmy ain't even really look. He talked to one person a day.
Exactly.
He had a high hourly rate.
Yeah, I talked to her.
You get 1 hour, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Jimmy goes.
She didn't want to talk to me. Did you talk to anybody else today? Nah, just the person who didn't want to talk. But your husband.
Right.
So Jimmy's like, I'm gonna go to Mexico, just to Mexico, and see what I can see.
Mexico. Now, again, everyone understands Mexico. When you book a plane, you say Mexico. Got you. No problem. Mexico. All right. Do we know where Heidi's go to Mexico? Okay. All right. I do not have ChatGPT does not know where a place, a city, or state in Mexico. We have Mexico. Deal with
Just Mexico.
No, he had a bullhorn. Does anybody know Heidi?
He just goes around in Mexico. Heidi.
All right. I guess I got my retainer today.
Nobody's heard of her.
No one's heard of Heidi in Mexico.
Going back to the pool.
Right.
All of Mexico, though. All of Mexico.
I just feel like there were other names that Tyler could have gone with. Heidi's a little bit too specific.
Nope. He doesn't know how to write anybody.
How about a name
black?
that ends in A? Like, just come on. So Jimmy's in Mexico, wherever in Mexico. He's playing Carmen Sandiego. Where in Mexico is Jimmy? He's trying to find little Jimmy for Ron the Truth Killings. Zaire is making the eyes. Mia's knees are getting increasingly weaker, but she's not mentioning any of this to her sister-in-law. She's like, I got to take the case. Sister-in-law's like, oh, okay, cool.
That's a call. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
And Zaire's like, oh, I got her knees buttery now. Now it's time to insert my full court press. Hey, I'm going to give you a ride. And I know you're wearing totally inappropriate work gear to come to my place at 10 o'clock at night. I mean, like, was she wearing her most revealing stuff accidentally? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize this was my low-cut professional work blouse.
Right.
Or my super short miniskirt. Oops. Sorry. Tell me about your relationship. What?
Tell me about your husband. No, don't bother. It doesn't matter.
Close your eyes.
And that was a game move, man. I'm a paint. I want you to paint.
Hey, man, there are three of us here that use the camera, so I'm just saying.
I
get it.
He had a playbook. I mean, hey, nobody's knocking a dude having a playbook, okay? But
hey, listen, that dude could alter the 5 moves of doom a little bit, just a little bit. I mean,
if it ain't work, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Blue, you feel blue? You're blue too. Blue.
Oh, they wasn't talking. It was all good.
Right.
Oh my God, yeah. If you mute that scene, probably better. You're right.
My man was in there. He knew.
Yeah. So he goes, next time she comes through, I want to go dancing. And she's like, I really shouldn't go dancing. But he's like, nah, you come with me, you're going dancing. And he is like treating her like Fido.
Come on, girl. Come here.
Okay.
Come here.
I guess Chief explained.
I ain't gonna leave.
Chief explained that. Then she goes and she's like, listen, you can't do this because you're wanted. You're on court. You're on trial. You can't go running around, going to a club. He's like, I don't need to go anywhere. I'm going to take you to the Red Room. So down in his apartment, there's a Red Room. And there's no music being played. It's just a straight up sex dungeon.
Hey, you see what he did there? You see what he did there?
It was evil house music. Yeah.
Okay. You forget that the charges against this guy is he's such a womanizer that he somehow magically decides to kill one of his women because he has such a bevy of women. But magically, there's no pictures of anybody remembering the sex dungeon. This should be literally front page. Womanizer has a sex dungeon in there. This is
This
an
dude
open and
has
shut
a
case.
F
I
room.
can put the guy in jail for no problem. He's got a sex dungeon in his basement. I mean,
This dude got
I don't even have to worry about jury tampering. I can literally I can just say, plead guilty, you're done. I don't have to. You have a random sex
After that,
dungeon.
I'm going upstairs.
Basement, bro?
Yeah.
Come on.
Here's what confused me. Is this his sex dungeon?
No,
Yeah, there must be.
It's the whole apartment sex.
No, Chief.
But it
It's
He
can't
went
be
down the
complex.
stairs. He's like, I got something to
the
show you.
neighbor's apartment underneath him.
Yeah, Chief.
But it's
I'm with
open to
you.
the whole building has access to the sex dungeon.
They pay dues. That's part of the.
It's part of the
It's the amenities.
All
The
the
amenities
condo
is the F
fees.
So
room.
that threw me off because I'm like,
$50 for the sex room.
how can we have a sex dungeon and a neighbor underneath him? Like,
Well, remember the other neighbor. We're neighbors. That's why. She down too.
It's just a sex
yo,
complex.
She has Wednesdays and Thursdays in the dungeon.
it's just a
Apparently.
little much, man.
Fridays they watch movies, Chief.
Really? The Tyler Perry movie, a little much. The red devil in the basement room
the house music.
with the evil house music. Oh my god, just people effing. This Bama did what he couldn't do in Temptation. He did it in this one. What he couldn't do in Temptation, he was like, "Oh, I'm on Netflix. I'm gonna show all this stuff.
I'm gonna
Titties.
save this for next
Just titties and oral
Like,
sex.
you watch
Look at the oral
Fast X
sex they're
movie,
having in a sex dungeon.
and you watch this movie.
Holy.
I
Just
felt like
hammer
the
it home.
ridiculousness was just trying to match like a Fast X movie, but in a goofy, non-entertaining, not really erotic way. They just kept amping it and amping it and amping it. Because this is the first time I've ever seen like a movie where they was having like it was supposed to be a sexy scene, and it just wasn't sexy. It was like you was looking.
Oh,
you
the
was looking
painting
at it,
thing
you
and
was
all
like,
that. Oh,
Hold
God.
on, you jumping ahead on that.
No, I mean,
Okay.
Oh God.
And I was just looking like, okay, they're going downstairs to the red room. Then I was like, And I think I might have even went back to my phone while the movie, like the joint was like, look, are you seeing this? Like it wasn't
I did that
even
too.
usually
Yeah,
a movie
I was like, is this an F room? Did this man got an F room in his
you know what I
basement?
mean? Like an eyes wide shut. You was kind of
yeah. I mean, like
Yeah.
this is where you have your erotic thriller, and this is the point where no one's talking, but you're like, wow, this happens. This
you was
was
supposed to see like a dude holding a bottle of Hennessy went through there. Hey, shorty, what's up? Yeah. After this,
Oh
shorty.
my God, my man came up behind her. Hey, you want to F?
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, classy.
You got next?
What? You know what I mean? The hood joint. Like, you know what I mean? The after party at the hood joint. You know what I mean? The Daisy Dukes. Get them. Get them.
Them old go-go's, man. Them old go-go's, yeah.
This old hood joint. You got a hood red room. You know what I mean? What is
That's what he was
this?
saying. It's Chicago, man. It's
Right,
the hood
right.
red room.
You know what I mean? Half the dudes was they had clothes on, just going through pretending. I'm like,
Yeah, you saw the softcore, right? I was like, this is some Cinemax crap that comes on at 3 a.m. that you were like, oh, this is the last erotic movie because around 5 they start showing like kid shows or something.
Right.
It's what we're done with. Right.
Full dress pants on.
Yeah, you saw that? My man had some leather pants on, just grinding.
Yeah,
Like it's a 90s party.
Like, that's
Like it's a
It's
rave.
the Blue Oyster.
I was like, yo, man. Yeah, man. This show was wild, man. I'm like, they're not even like only one couple was in there even having sex.
Now there are 2.
And it was like 2 or 3.
I rewound it a couple times. I'm like, is this really happening? Like, what is happening?
40, 50 people in the room.
Yeah.
I was like, all
They're
right.
just there for the ambiance.
Yeah.
No, this
And
Bama had 5 people in there, and they had to interchange. That's it.
And this man walked through there just like Blade. The long.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, you know what I mean? Didn't it remind you of that joint when he was the daywalker? When he went to that
Hell
bar?
yeah, he walked in there joint like, yo, I thought he was gonna kill some vampires too. I swear to goodness, Tyler Perry was just like, yo, what's in my head is Love Jones, and just like, oh, let me write this. Oh yeah, that's gonna be like Blade. He gonna walk in like Blade.
Yeah, man. My man had the long trench on.
And we gonna go to Get Out. And we're gonna go to Get Out, and we're gonna do this car thing. And I was like, what? And I'm skipping, sorry, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so things are progressing and the tension's going. She was upset at the sex dungeon for a bit, but Mia's a forgiving attorney. And she's like, whatever. Everybody likes to let off steam a little bit. I'll cut them some slack.
No doubt.
And then she goes to the spot again, and she is so busy with all these other cases. Now, Jace, how many murder cases does an average lawyer handle at a time?
If you're a super ridiculous lawyer, maybe one or two, but I mean two, but mostly you're focusing on getting your high-priced client off. I don't think you're really.
She's focused on getting him off. I think we've established that.
I mean, when you have a WeWorker office, hey, you're trying to make sure you're getting them billables done. You're over the dude's house. Hey, what do you mean? We are talking all the time. It's not. Hey, I'll handle this. No, you're trying to get those billables up as possible. Like, come on.
Oh no, she got them billables up.
Yeah.
That one
Hey, shorty, I don't really feel comfortable talking at your office. I mean, I like to talk at my house.
Oh, that's right. He's got hit smooth. Hey, now we aren't doing this in your office anymore. It's got to be in my house. Make sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And make
My
sure
man just walk off.
At 9:05, just for reasons. 9:05.
The doors don't open until later. And the Joker trapped her in the elevator one time. She's like,
Yeah, the first time she went down the elevator, there was no magic button he had to
No
press to
magic
get in the
button,
elevator.
Hey,
All of a
listen,
sudden, there was a magic button.
also, why don't you
It
just
was
take
installed.
why don't you just take the stairs? It's down. It's down.
Because Jimmy took the stairs.
Jimmy was
Jimmy
working
had
on
no
his
She
problem.
car.
might accidentally get to the sex dungeon. She didn't want to do that again.
You want to
Hey,
do that?
Jimmy had already found the sex dungeon. He's a good investigator.
Did we?
He was too busy working his cardio to travel all of Mexico.
This Batman went to Cabo and that's it.
Also, remember, as we're
Wait,
saying
wait.
this stuff, does Jimmy sound like the shadiest dude ever?
He is the shadiest dude
Okay,
ever.
so
Tyler
there's
just-
no, I mean, we have a budget. Jimmy is shady. We have it in our
Clearly,
head.
he was in love with
Jimmy's
her.
shady.
yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Jimmy surprisingly can't find anything in Mexico. But
shady.
yeah, right. So Mia comes home one night after spending an inappropriate amount of hours over at Zaire's spot. And what does she see but her husband unwinding after a long day of job searching, play a little Call of Duty. And of course, he's got the video screen of who he's playing with. And who is he playing with? It's Gina. Now, that should have been the part where Mia realized he was not hooking up with Jenna. Like, they're not playing Call of Duty, and then he's going over to Smash. That's not happening.
I didn't even notice the name, but it
I
was just.
saw it. Yeah.
Her picture was on the screen.
Picture was right there.
She's on the screen.
Jeff, I was at this point. I was trying to like, are we really going here? So it's like the dude, he can't just be broke looking for a job. He's got to be so pathetic. He's got to be
Playing video
what
games.
we think is a loser. So he doesn't have a job, and all he does is sit home and play video games.
Hey, listen,
Again, this is like Temptation. Remember, old girl came home. He's watching football and being goofy. You remember? I'm just like, he just recycles his crap, man. He's like, oh, I'm gonna do it. This time it's gonna be video games.
this is after work hours. So he's been searching for a job all day. She came home at 11 o'clock at night. He's unwinding. He has been looking on Indeed and LinkedIn for 9 to 5.
Right.
So
She didn't come home and cook him nothing.
exactly. I mean, the dude is chilling. He's tired. He had a long day of job searching. So he's unwinding, playing with the only person who's giving him a little attention. That's Jenna. And they're playing video games. He's not sleeping with her. But anyway, so then Mia.
But Jimmy gonna find it though. Don't worry.
Well, all right. So, Mia's out again, super late with Zaire, and she's mad at this dude. She's like, I'm tired of this dude. He wants me to come over again. He's playing all these head games. He's telling me how much he wants to hook up with me, and he's mad at me, calling me a liar because I won't admit that I want to hook up with him too. He can see it in my eyes. Every time he licks his lips, I be watching.
Okay. All right, Jeff. Once again, if you're sizing up your lawyer, you're going to jail.
I would
I don't
think.
care. Again, how attractive you think your lawyer is. If you start sizing up your lawyer, hey, I can't keep working with you if you don't bang me. Or tell me
And
you want to bang me.
she's so work focused that she's like, yeah, this dude can get it. So Mia comes to a spot and she's like, listen, dude, all these games you're playing, I'm not here for it. And Mia's like getting off on this really good rant. And then one of his naked neighbors comes strolling in. And I feel like if you're trying to hook up with Mia, this neighbor is like kind of implying that he's just down for whatever. I mean, because Mia's here and the neighbor is like here.
Jeff,
Yeah.
right, you gotta have that low bar up there. It's got to show where the
Mia's
actual
here and the neighbor is there. So it's like, what are you doing? I'm just. It was Saturday, dude. I needed something. So Mia's like, whatever. I'm out of here.
That's how he mourns his dead girlfriend.
Right. So Mia's just sitting there like, she's looking a little bit too long. And his eye is like, oh, that's right. I forgot about you. I need to press the button so you too can go down.
But you gotta show Zaire looking all masculine. Like, yeah, you see what I'm doing? Yeah.
You see what she's doing on her knees? Yeah, this could be you.
Yeah, Gesundheit. You know what I mean?
So Mia is rattled in the car. She's like, how cold can I get this shower? Not cold enough. So Jimmy calls. What's up, Jimmy? Hey, I'm still in Mexico trying to find some information. Any dirt on Heidi? But are you upset right now because of the picture I sent you? What picture? Oh, darn. Check your phone. And it's a phone of, and I don't know if he hired out or if he subcontracted with Peter Parker to take pictures from the ceiling of a hotel, because he's got the hotel ceiling shot of of Cal taking Jenna to a hotel room. And he's got the hotel room number. And instead of going to that room, which I feel like most women would have done, banging on the door, what you doing? Tell this chick to come out here. Nah, she's like, bet. I'm going to go back upstairs and move skanky neighbor out the way and be like, yeah, it's my turn to ride. And he's like, no, you're going to have to wait your turn.
That whole scene.
That scene weird. Right there.
And I was like, a weirdness with her watching them, right? Because first of all, she watched him get blessed for whatever reason, right? So she watched that. Then she ran out, talked to Jimmy. Then Jimmy's camera picture showed like he was in the hallway at the time.
He literally had to be like,
no, from the
like he was high. Elevator literally could have been to the wall right here.
Bro,
I mean, it literally has to. I have to get a picture good enough to get a room number. I mean, it's got to be close.
G don't know Jimmy. Yeah, he knows Jimmy. So what did Jimmy like? Jimmy just
this is Jimmy's subcontractor. We magically
Jimmy's in Mexico.
Mia has such problems with her marriage. She still has Jimmy subcontracting to find out if he's cheating. If he's cheating, guess what? It gets nothing. He's useless. I mean, come on.
Right. And then you don't step to him. You don't say nothing. You head back inside. And this, I guess you want to take it from this part here? When she heads back inside? Did you name what happened when she head back inside?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, she's like, hey, listen, I'm going to go for a ride, but first, let's go on your motorcycle. I feel like this was the time to go, I'll wait for you to take your shower in alcohol, and then we'll go out for a ride on the bike.
Young, she hopped on some dirty.
Hopped on right after.
Some dirty, yo.
After. My man.
A motorcycle took away all her inhibitions, Gunner. She went on a ride, bro.
She did not care. That dude's dick is ashy from the last girl because he didn't wash nothing. Then he gonna go over here to the studio that looks just like that place, by the way, and just art and paint.
Like she was like, it's still glistening. And just and went after it anyway, bro.
And just like, whatever.
At this point, you're just like, you're really not going to take a shower. I mean, now he's going to put his leather chaps on and be like, let's ride, girl.
No.
You getting all this.
You going straight to the gynecology.
Shorty was straight. Hey, Javon, them straight nasty, bro. Because I was looking.
That was disgusting. I was like, yo.
I said, you're not going to make him do nothing. And then not only that, it was supposed to be an erotic scene. Again, another nasty scene with paint.
With paint.
With the strobe effect. I'm like, please stop.
I'm like, please stop.
And you're eating paint. It's not even food where you can.
Yeah, I was like, they eating it. I was like, what is happening?
Paint.
My man was like, look how I put this paint down my chest.
Zaire has a whole section of edible paints that he uses for these occasions.
It
Okay?
had to be edible paint, bro.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm like,
sex-
who the hell
Special
wants
sex paint.
You got it from the F dungeon. You got it from the F room. He's like, oh, I'm gonna get these buckets from the F room and put it
Bro,
over
That was
here.
the glue.
I'm an edible sex paint. I'm about to
Man.
slay my lawyer real quick.
Oh my
That's
I'm
your
gonna
go
tell you
You're
right
like,
now.
this
Right
can't
now.
get any
Right
worse.
now.
This is
And
terrible.
then, not only that, it was like several different colors. Hold on,
Yeah,
shorty.
it was like
Blue.
gold, green. It didn't even match.
White,
That's the problem. This Bama
gold.
supposed to be a famous artist. All of the other stuff matched, except for that.
Like, I
None
was
of
like,
it shit.
man,
None of that
showing
matched.
and then, several different paints on her. And then you just see the dude, and they were covered in paint, both of them. And I'm like,
Both of them.
This
Both
is
look
not
like that.
sanitary.
I was like, what the hell?
I said, this ain't erotic. This ain't
Paint
erotic.
has
I was like, this is not. This is like Tyler Perry's version of erotic because he don't know what that is.
Not at
Bro,
all.
Look, we done watched Skinamax since we were freaking 12. We know what erotic. We young. This ain't no Shannon Tweed. This ain't. This, no.
No.
This is
none of
just.
that, bro.
This
Santa
is
Lady Chatterley. This is
no Emmanuel. No, bro. This
Carolina,
dude.
Carolinga. It's none of that. It's none
Red
of that,
Shoe
man.
Diary. None
It's
of
not
that.
embracing
No.
darkness.
This
Part
isn't even
two
bad
was
real
vampire.
sex.
This was horrible.
This isn't even. Yeah. This is even real sex than the last season. This is terrible.
Horrible, bro. And her hair stayed paint free.
I
But
mean,
You notice her hair was perfect.
She's like, don't
this
mess
is
my
one
hair.
of them drinks. Like
Kelly
Black
Rowland was like,
woman.
that's not in the contract.
I'm sorry. Did you pay my hair? Do you know how much I paid for this wig?
Right.
Nah, champ.
She was like, I don't care if you hooked up with another chick right in front of me. You got some paint in my hair, I'm out.
Nah, we're
Yep.
done.
Over.
Here.
hey, man, this was the worst sex scene I've seen in a while, man.
Probably ever.
And
Probably ever. No. Yeah, this goes up there with Showgirls. This goes right up there with Showgirls sex scene.
I'll give Showgirls the win on this one.
Yeah,
Showgirls
But this
gets
one
the
goes
win.
that dude. This is a very close second, bro. Watch it again. I was like, this is terrible. What is happening?
Yeah, it was bad. It was
I think-
really
It was
bad.
really bad. Maybe that was his aim. He's like, I'm gonna make the worst movie, worst sex scene, worse than Showgirls.
yo, man, I actually I put it back with Brokeback. That was just an angry. That first sex scene, it was just angry, bro. My man was. There was an angry sex scene, bro.
Yeah.
It was an angry like that. I put it back with that joint. It was like, I was like, oh, my man
no paint was involved in the making of this film.
he was angry. He was.
Yeah, he was mad. Yeah.
So, yeah, I that whole point from that point to the point where this sex scene took place, I was like, this is some bullshit.
Oh, this is the worst Cinemax ever.
You have been up to that point. You have been saying, okay, at some point, some things are going to make sense. It may get better, and then they just drove the whole train off the track.
Yes.
Because now the main girl is nasty.
Oh yeah.
Right.
So now
Yeah, our hero is just nasty. Yeah.
He's nasty.
Completely nasty. Like she was like, look, I don't care. I saw that. Yeah, I know that shit.
I think my husband is having an affair. I'm not going to confront him. I'm going to go get me some.
After
All
he's
that
got
made
him
no
some.
sense.
After I saw him with the same chick, and I'm like, oh, he's still with the chick. Cool, jump off. I'm gonna go back on.
Because that's what
Put that
he's
in.
still over there like, yo, tell Shorty to leave without saying Shorty leave. And
Right.
he's like, yo, get her. So she just walked past. She you didn't see her put on nothing. She
No,
just,
I mean,
She walked out.
Just walked
She just said she's a neighbor. I'm just going straight home.
and
Going to the
then,
basement.
Booty free.
and then my
Oh
man
yeah, she just like I'll finish up in the F room.
right.
I mean, and I'm saying, Brother Man didn't look like he took off no kind of protection on this. So it's like,
No.
so wait, you slay her, and then she's probably going to the sex dungeon. Do you have to have a test every month before you go downstairs? I mean,
It's the
like,
80s out there, man.
you know this coming with a into the movie.
man.
Sorry, Kelly, it's going back.
They lived in the 80s in that young boy.
wrong.
I'm sorry. I'm still thinking about worse sex scenes. It can't be worse than Jason's lyric.
Jason's lyric was fine. This,
At least it was in the grass.
With a lot of Alan Payne's ass
This
in the
a lot
grass.
of-
Way too much.
A lot of Alan Payne's ass in the grass.
Yeah, you gotta, like, sorry, man, Brad. Put some nair on that thing, dog.
All right. So then we get the big Tyler Perry gotcha twist.
All right, here you go.
Because
oh
next
god,
day at her hallway, not the office, because this conversation really should have been an office conversation. Cal is in the lobby and his sister-in-law is there. They're worried because they were trying to call Mia all night. Where were you? And I feel like if you got a cell phone, it tells you if you've missed calls, and you would check messages the next day. You wouldn't go, oh shoot, I'm at work. Let me check my phone message. That's not happening.
dude, there's no cell phones in Tyler Perry world. You know this.
Again, I've gotten slayed all night, and I haven't. I mean, not only I'm missing my phone call, because in our world we would do a text message. Hey, here's where we are. Haven't seen you. What's going on?
Yeah. But I'm sorry. I forgot a very important part before that. Before she gets to her office, she wakes up and bam, on the ceiling, there's a portrait of her.
Oh yes.
Oh, yeah.
He put it down so hard that she didn't notice him taping, super gluing, maybe using some magic stick on the ceiling.
If I could hit once, I could hit
Right. I mean,
Man,
it was done. It had been too long, so long. And
But
she
okay,
missed him taping it up, little insta peel on the ceiling. She
Oh, I
wakes
know
up,
what he used.
"Hey, that's
I know
me."
what he used to stuck on there. Yeah, I mean, there's two of them. Just saying, there was two of them.
I've done the same power move.
I mean, that was a real problem. Because first he was
Just
like,
saying.
I'm done. Because we know Mia can put it on people because she and Cal hooked up, and Cal was like, he needed the defibrillator afterwards.
I mean, he was.
Yeah, my man was-
I mean, after the first
He
time,
was like,
Hey,
Soul snatched.
I'm dead.
Oh, she is snatching souls now.
Right.
She is snatching
Yeah.
souls.
Shorty at the edge of the bed looking back at him, and
Right.
he ain't even looking. He just, what's wrong with my man?
Soul
it's
snatch.
just like, hey, not only, I mean, she had gotten so hot and bothered by hanging out with the sexy artists, and you getting your seconds, you're like, oh man, I'm still in the game. Nah, Shan, you're not.
so
And he only got that because she was still thinking about dude.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
the water wasn't cold enough. So she was laid out from Zaire's mighty mountain. And he was like, I need more. So he went to the red room, came back upstairs. I'm still need some more. So I'm going to paint. I got to get this out somewhere. He finishes doing a full-on accurate portrait of her. Then I'm going to put it on the ceiling. So that's the first thing she sees when she wakes up. And as opposed to thinking that's really creepy, she goes, that's me. So let's fast forward to the office or hallway.
Oh my god.
Cal is
We work lobby.
right.
yeah, because you would go to your
Hold on, Jeff. You forgot something important too.
Oh,
They
that-
talked about getting away to the Dominican.
Oh yeah,
right.
that's
Don't
right.
forget
He-
that,
he's
that
in love
ties
with it.
in.
man.
This is key. Because that's where he met Heidi. All right. So in the hallway of the lobby, Cal, his sister-in-law, like, where were you? We were trying to reach you all night. Why? What's up? Mom was taking a turn for the worse. So naturally, like most people do, instead of taking her to the hospital, we rented we got a hotel room, Holiday Inn. And all the family sat at the hotel to chill with Mom. Which hotel? The same one that Jimmy told you about, player. Even Jenna came through. Where were you?
Crooked
Oh,
Jimmy.
shoot.
But Jimmy really wasn't there.
Grandma got
Jimmy's still in Mexico, folks.
Jimmy is in Mexico. What y'all think about this twist? It was like, oh no, my husband didn't cheat. I cheated.
I'm like, I see it, and why is she not in the hospital?
Grandma got sick. We had to take her to IHOP.
Right.
What
IHOP would have
the
made more sense than a hotel.
He needed to go
The
to
last
Waldorf
meal,
Astoria.
She
He
wanted
needed
to
that
die in the
double tree
plaza.
cookie for sure. Fuck.
She wanted one of those green mints on her pillow.
That's the last thing she wanted, man.
Let me get that mint. Nah,
The bed with tuck
Now you can
corners.
take me.
Now you can
It's a
take
whole
me.
lot cheaper, I'm sure, but damn.
Oh man,
There's that.
yeah, that didn't even make sense, man.
I was in here like, how does that make sense?
Exactly. It made no
Right.
sense. I was like, all right, well, gotcha, Kelly or Mia. So you cheated for nothing. No.
Jimmy's insidious plan has finally won.
Exactly.
That's what we think.
Oh, Mia, I'm so sorry. I messed up. That was on me. But really, it was on you.
Or was it?
Yeah.
Or was it?
I mean, at this point, I'm like, Jimmy is such a rat.
And
All right.
he's hurting his side when you slept with him. Oh.
Exactly. He died
Yeah,
a little.
he was like, you
I
did
was
what?
trying to get you to break up with one. I
Damn,
sent you to the
supposed
arms
to
of
cheat
another.
with me.
Right. I put in years of this.
Right.
You tell me this little artist, this watercolor paint by numbers, dude,
Right.
slides in on my DM.
His art wasn't even that great.
Right.
And that's another thing.
I could draw.
Oh,
So,
yeah, okay, Jeff. Yeah, go ahead. Go with the next thing.
go ahead. You want to?
No. After our conversation in our hallway, she finds out that she cheated for nothing, and then she decides to go to the one person that Jimmy couldn't talk to, the art dealer, where his art is still being displayed, and the 5 protesters are out real strong.
Still strong.
And then you find
I'm
out.
still trying to understand why she went there.
Because he had been trying to reach her all this time, because she was a key witness for the prosecution.
Right. And she wouldn't talk to anybody but her.
Right.
Which so doesn't make sense. Like,
Which,
I don't even understand that. And she was accusing Zaire of like pulling out the choke slam, but Bill Alfonso was gonna make it legal. And choking her and liking it rough and all this stuff. So Mia was like, well, I'd like to know some of these tips. What do you got for me, sis? And so, she flicks off the protesters again. Get out of here, you.
Oh, you can go to hell.
That was awesome. That was really awesome. It was like overacting for no reason. Like, what business person is doing this? Like, this is bad business.
Other than the fact you don't think people could buy your paintings, but you probably want them to rent out your space eventually. So, yeah.
Right.
I would think so.
Because if they got enough money, if they have enough money that they can protest all day without a job, they obviously got money. So
here's a business told Cal what they were doing. Maybe they were paid protesters. Cal could have got some money, got the piano back. So she breaks down. She's like, "Hey, you hooking up with him yet?" Like, she knew the playbook. Like, she read Zaire's playbook, and that's why she got fired and she had to go. So she was like, "Let me break it down to you. You were blue, weren't you?" Yes, because of his subliminal blue lighting, and it made you feel blue. And he said, "What about a little red?" And then you had a wave of blue and red. And Mia's just fuming, like, yes, that was me exactly. Well, I bet you didn't know this, but he probably put a portrait of you right on the ceiling. Yes. and it's like, wow, dude, you didn't just switch up anything. You didn't put the portrait on the wall. You put it on the ceiling. I feel like that's a lot of extra work for no reason. Like, why do you need to go to the ceiling above your bed just so she can wake up and see herself? That's weird. So then Mia is like, oh my gosh, I've been played by a guy running the same playbook for years. This chick is old. And she still knows all the plays that he's running. So then we get the big operatic music. And I'm like, does Tyler think it's that serious? Because I feel like no.
I was like, is that I was like, and I'm seeing match point. There's that.
He wishes.
Yeah.
Hey, Javon, what you got on this, man? You went on mute.
You mute.
Okay, there we go. I finally mastered the mute button. Okay, so like you said, I think Tyler he wanted to get into this genre and watched a bunch of movies in that erotic thriller vein and took pieces from all of them to make a terrible burrito of a movie, right? The thing about this burrito is that we all, Jeff, I'm about to get there. We all ate this burrito. This burrito was so bad it called the 5 of us together. I'm reminding everyone again, we haven't done this as a team, as a starting five in nearly 3 years. It was so bad, this burrito, that it compelled all of us to get together and find a 5-star bathroom and shit all over it. This is bad. And I don't care what the plot twist. At that point, I was like, yeah, done. Thankfully, I had to eat dinner. It was that bad. I don't want to spoil it for you out there who's going to watch this, because we've given a lot away, but even still, you still have to watch how terrible it is. No, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, let's not go too far into spoilers.
Okay.
Beyond where we've gotten to so far.
Yeah, but no, it's so bad that it compelled us to do this. And if you go to YouTube,
and just to this point was enough to be like, all right, I gotta make some time to be here because this is terrible already. I still have like another half hour left.
Gunner, if you go on YouTube right now, people shitting on this movie is the number one topic.
It's trending.
It's trending hard.
Yeah.
All right, so Mia is like, oh man, he played me. I'm off this case. I'm done with Zaire. I don't care how many times he licks his lips. I'm over it.
Okay. All right. This is when Mia decides to go to the judge and say, hey, judge, I need to be disbarred so I can't make any more money out of me and my broke tail husband. So neither of us are ever going to make any more money because I had to hook up my one murder client. Yeah, this is a great call. I am this hard up that I'm going to throw it all away. And I mean all the way for this dude who couldn't stop licking his lips at me. Yeah, good job, man.
Who hooked up with me right after he hooked up with this skanky chick. All right.
I'll never forget that. I was like,
didn't even get the fresh joint.
Right.
Didn't even just take a washcloth. Nothing.
Nah, I'm gonna need you to hit the ash, buddy.
Just ash.
Right. Love it. Love it.
Okay. So Jimmy's like, I still couldn't find any dirt on your husband. I really tried. I worked really hard. I'm sorry I let you down. I want to keep working because I feel like there's something I'm missing. So Zaire cops a plea deal.
No, Jeff, you forget. Okay. So at this point, after she goes to the judge to tell her she wants to throw away her legal career, she goes and goes to the family and has a conversation.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You're right.
Oh, yeah.
You're right. We need to break this down into full extent. All right.
Oh, yeah.
So it's time for another family meeting. And the family's all gathered. And Mia is not looking forward to this one, shockingly. And Cal comes through, and Big Brother's like, come here, bro. I need to tell you something. And Mia's like, oh, shoot, the gig is now up. And mom-in-law is just trash as usual. And then, so why don't you tell everybody the big secret? Is it true? Yes, I slept with Zaire. And mama is like, after everything he's done for you? And this was the one point in the movie I was like, here it is. She's about to bring the sledgehammer to this family. Well,
you want to talk honesty? I said, you want to talk honesty?
Right. Yeah. I was like, oh man, where's my popcorn? I'm about to be full on TO right now. And then the son goes, yeah, I've been laid off. But you know what? I didn't sleep with anybody. And
it was his reaction, though, where I was like, oh my God, in this damn movie. Like, this is it, right? Oh my God! Everybody was like, yo. Like, even the actors broke characters looking at him like, damn, dude. Damn, that's your angry? That's your angry, huh? Okay.
That's a choice. Okay. We only got one take on this, so that's all we got.
Yeah, exactly. We're just running it. Hey, that's all we got.
Yeah, that man, he did scream and he had to be held.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know too many men who need to be held.
He had to have a Carl Thomas cry alone.
It was so emotional.
Kid, your wife has told you, hey, we're going to be selling our house soon because she slept with the client.
Bitch.
All because I played Call of Duty.
Right.
Look. All because you everybody had an emergency at the mama's house. And then here's the crazy part about it though. And what I found weird, just to go back, they all run to, he checks cuz tells her to check the email, right? Or whatever. She checks it. They're all running basically into 714, right? But nobody sends her a text saying, Mama's sick, we're all in 714. You understand what I'm saying? So the rest of the family knew, nobody said nothing to her. And then at the end, they're all pissed off. Well, where were you? Well,
I guess she was ignoring his call, but she did pick up when Jimmy called.
But I'm thinking that text was probably around 7 o'clock. Jimmy's time, Zaire's time probably started around 11 o'clock. So make sense, bro.
I'm not. I'm not the patchwork. I'm not on the construction crew with the big crane, the flashing lights saying get out of this lane.
You got the cement truck. Okay. Right.
I'm not doing any of that here.
Okay.
So, Zaire is done because his lawyer, he had to strike a deal. And Mia does what most people do after their careers are in shambles. She decides, I need a vacation. I need to check out of here. I need some time. So Mia goes to the Dominican Republic. She's chilling and she's talking to Jimmy still because Jimmy's the only one who's still down for it. Jimmy's like, I can forgive you for hooking up with Zaire if you come back to me.
Come on home.
So many words. Yeah.
Right.
And she's chilling and she's like, yeah, I'm on my way. I'm doing my thing. And she's getting her exercise in. She's, staying in shape. And then she's like, wait, I see a familiar face. And this is the part where I was like, oh no, this makes zero sense. She sees the woman that she knew as Heidi. And Heidi is not chilling with her newfound watch and her glammed up new look.
She's not in the cabana.
She is not in the cabana
bottle service
with 20 of her friends, and the yacht that she was on is in the distance. No, Heidi is pushing a cart, and she is no longer a waitress. She's been downgraded. She's now a maid.
A maid, bro.
A maid. And I'm thinking,
shoes.
Now, if she's lying,
Javon is looking at this like, what the hell just happened?
Right. And I'm like, no, hold on. This makes no sense. If, because we haven't gotten everything revealed just yet. And I'm like, if she's lying about this, even if she was undercover, she should not be a maid. She should be paid. That's the AID that she should be. Not a maid, paid. Nope. And Heidi is like, whoa, you know me? Oh no. And Heidi, I don't even know, because clearly Heidi should not have been her name. So she should never have turned around. And Kelly, Mia does what most people do when you've got somebody nailed. And she goes, Heidi turns around. Heidi, come back. And then they're fighting over the card because Heidi's a gangster. Heidi's the real gangster of this movie. She's like, let me take this card. I'm going to barrel you over with it. But Mia's still like, no, I'm a soldier. She does this number right in front of her. I'm going to get you. And how slow is she?
Again, Heidi, as soon as, it act like a paparazzi. You had the phone already queued up. Hey, Heidi, bam, got it.
Be Jimmy. hang from a ceiling. Bam, I got you. She was like, nope, I'm going to get right in your face so it's undeniable.
Okay. I'm very Can you sit here for portrait mode? Okay, thanks.
Right. So, most people can take really quick pictures nowadays. It's not like you have to go online to learn how to take a
She worked the resort. You could have took that picture at any point in time.
She's not leaving as long as you don't.
She's at work.
I need some service to room 720. I need some service. Can you bring Heidi there? Cool.
She's going to be there for the next 8 hours.
Right.
You can easily walk past her several different times, just letting the video go. Put the video against your just put it right here against you and just walk past. Excuse me, can you bring some towels to room 812? Oh no, actually I'm in room 714. You know, I didn't understand that, bro.
That made no sense. But then what made even less sense, her first call is to the one person who would absolutely not be of any interest or help with this phone call. Her brother-in-law.
Again,
he's not helping you because you cheated on his brother.
The first call you would make if you have this is you would call the judge. Hey,
Right.
Judge, I found our never seen dead body that we actually have a murder charge on.
Right.
That would be, hey, I have found the key to this whole case. I have found the one hotel in the Dominican Republic that everybody goes to because everyone types in Dominican Republic, you go to this hotel. So I cracked the whole case. I found Heidi. She's not dead. We're done. Now I'm going to call the DA.
Then her next question should have been, hey, by the way, whose body was here?
We didn't have a dang body. We just had some blood paint that was underneath. We don't have a body. We have blood bone. That's it.
I don't understand how this
The blood bone that was matched to a girl who didn't exist.
Again,
Right.
How you have DNA evidence? How did Heidi? Do you have a passport for Heidi? Do you have a driver's license for Heidi? What do we have for Heidi that matches? To
Heidi
DNA?
just got deported. That's it. Heidi ain't had no papers anyway. She just got deported. She's like, all right. That's the only explanation that could possibly happen. She ain't had no money. She ain't had nothing. They just said, fuck it, go. They just called ICE. That's all that was part of the plan. We'll just call ICE after this. Done.
Jabal, what do you got to say on this one?
Again, no one read over this script.
No.
And
The script was written and handed to the actors, and the camera crew said, let's go. That's
like
it.
like a menu for a Chinese restaurant. I don't have time. Just pick number 24. Just give me the numbers. What do y'all want? No one read through this thing. No one said, hey, Tyler, Ty, this maybe won't want to.
CP, are you with me?
Oh, my
I have notes for the last half hour, Ty.
You know, remember when we were young? They used to have those books. And
choose your own adventure.
You could pick the story and send the story the way you want. Yeah, I feel like they did that with the story. They just picked they were going along the book, and they just picked the story as it went along.
Yeah.
And I remember those books, man. I used to get them all the time.
Yeah,
and then
I love those.
by the time you finished, each time you read it, you could change the story and send it in a new direction. And I feel like they just, well, which one was the best one? What you got? Well, that sounds all right. We'll use his story from his book, and they just picked it. Yeah.
Did you get tired?
Use an adjective here. Use a noun here. Okay, so the green horse went to the lollipop factory, and they just went with it all the way down the line, bro. And now you have this, which is mea culpa. You know what I mean? Which I say pu culpa.
Did he get?
It is a mea culpa. This
Did
whole
he
thing.
get tired while he was? I mean, because you know when you're tired, you try to do stuff. You usually mess it up.
That's when I do my best work. So no, this dude definitely wide awake, thinking this is a great idea.
Yeah, off of hallucinogens. He was wide awake off of mushrooms.
Mushroom?
You can't eat the whole bag. Oh damn! Why did somebody say that? Damn it! I can't go to sleep for about 17 hours. So you know what that means? I'm right.
All right, okay. So she calls up the one person who has absolutely no interest or no purpose in helping her in this case. Her brother-in-law, whose whole mayoral campaign was getting this woman murderer brought to justice. Why then would he go, oh, let me help you ruin my whole case and my campaign for mayor? I can't even tell if a woman's actually been killed. How am I going to be your mayor? He's like, hey, come on back. Don't worry about getting any more photos of Heidi. I've got my own investigator. I don't need your guy, Jimmy.
I'm going to get right on that.
This is now dumber. This makes no sense. Why are you reaching out to him?
I mean, you could ask, hey, Jimmy, since you magically can get anywhere, anytime, why don't you come down here? I now know where the hotel she is, so you can get your spider team to get all these pictures of her, and we'll be done. And maybe I can beg the judge to get my job back.
Maybe. Okay. All right, so here's the home stretch, fellas. We finally done it. All right.
Oh, Javon, you haven't seen this part, so listen
Bro,
up.
there was more.
Damn. Okay, let's go.
This is worse. So Mea is like the family is rallying around Mea now, and come on home, and we'll get all this sorted. Cool. I'm so glad you guys are forgiving me for running around and sleeping with this skanky artist. Thank you. So she goes over to the house, and mom's doing suspiciously so much better. But okay, whatever. And Jimmy manages to get a call to her before it's time for the family and Cal to meet up. And Jimmy goes, hey, check your email. I can't say this over the phone because of client privacy. So just check your email. So Mea reads the email. Are you serious?
It's illegal what he has, but
I'm dead serious. I had to break a few laws and a few rules, but I found out something, and Mea is shocked. So, mother-in-law happens to bump into her and smashes her phone. Oops, this chemo makes me so clumsy. Mind you, mom looks the same. I mean, has Tyler seen anybody with cancer ever?
Or AIDS, you know that. You already know that. You already know the answer to that. Come on. You've seen his movies. Fine.
There's no reason to suspect that she has cancer.
Not even via makeup, huh?
Yeah, man.
Hold on. She bumped into her after she came out the room.
Right.
So we think she might have overheard the call. So
but also what happened in the room was with the painting.
No, this is
no. We ain't got that.
Before.
Oh, this is before? I thought that was
this is before.
Yeah.
Okay. This is before. So, Mea is still kind of like, oh, okay, what's up? So then she goes into this room, and wouldn't you know it, it's the pictures, the paintings of Zaire that, hey, they've been talking about at the beginning of the movie they need to sell. And, hey, it's got another picture of another chick. And somehow I forgot. Zaire is so sloppy, not only with his sex, but keeping track of his conquest. Because Mea's pissed off, and she goes to the ceiling and starts peeling away her portrait. And there's 20 portraits of other women. Zaire doesn't care about removing any evidence. He's not removing and replacing it. He's just like, I'm just going to stick it over. No one would ever do this.
Again, Jeff, this would make the DA's case. You don't have to do all this. It's right here. Is womanized. I might not even have to have a body if I got all the layers of all this. I'm taking this whole apartment as evidence. This dude, I can get a jury pool to convict this dude body unseen. No problem. This guy's got 20 pictures, and then the random one that Heidi says, you ruined my life. Ha!
Die, B.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like that's enough evidence.
Yeah.
With nobody.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we can get rid of the Heidi. Yeah. Okay. Jeff,
apologies for missing that part.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
So now Mea has found the other two portraits that her in-laws purchased from Zaire way back in the day. And hey, wouldn't you know it, Zaire, the sloppiest dude in the history of the world, has another collage of conquest. Mea starts peeling, and oh my gosh, there's a portrait of her sister-in-law. Now it's all coming together. It's making sense now. Mea, the light bulb is super bright. She goes out into the kitchen where the family is all, hey, would you like some tea, Mea?
Right.
Yeah, that was
and I was weird.
He made it.
I was like, why? No, he's not going to get out, is he?
Would you like some tea? I'm not drinking any, but here's some for you. You've never mentioned tea before.
No, it was no tea. It was wine. And you don't need this knife around you. You don't need to cut anything. But you should finish some more of your drink.
Yeah, we're gonna make dinner as a family. Yeah. Don't worry about that knife.
You haven't sipped it yet. Why aren't you sipping it? Take a sip. I'm just like, bro. Okay, we get it.
Right.
So my brain is not quite remembering this foolishness properly, and I don't want to sell this incorrectly. So, Jace, how does the bombshell get revealed?
Oh God.
Oh, well, she at this point, Mia has now got it. I think she hasn't gone into the closet yet, but I don't think all of it comes up. So now she's like, okay, I need you, DA, to check your phone and see this shocking revelation.
Oh yes. She had emailed it to her brother-in-law.
And
He goes, Mom, you don't have cancer? And he's shocked, but not really, because he knows. Because Mom beating cancer would test really well with his folks. And this mayoral campaign apparently hadn't even started. He didn't even have any I believe in Harvey Dent buttons. None of those. And so Mom and the brother-in-law are in on it. All because of his wife sleeping with some low-rent artist. Now the plan is fully come together. And they're pressuring the sister-in-law to kill Mia with the knife.
Mm-hmm.
And the sister-in-law is real smooth and subtle. She takes the knife and in very slow motion goes after her husband, who catches the knife and slugs her.
Yeah, that was jeez, man.
That was a little excessive. So Mia, who has never watched an action movie before, an action thriller, or even a Tyler Perry movie before, grabs a hold of the frying pan. And she's never watched Zombieland either, because her first shot, she hits brother-in-law in the head. This should have been enough to knock him out. But apparently, his last name is Voorhees. And so he takes the frying pan to the head, and she hits him on the back. I mean, it's like she's never watched wrestling either. She just starts hitting him on the back with a frying pan.
And that was a cast iron pan. Even if that was in the back, you're still not moving. It's still, it's gonna hurt.
It's a wrap for a second.
Yeah.
And then, meanwhile, the evil, wicked stepmother or mother-in-law takes the knife to the sister-in-law. There you go.
Yeah.
No help for you. And then she goes after Mia. And Mia's like, no, I got you out too. And there's a gun, because why not? And the brother-in-law put the knife down, Mia. And because Mia was not smart enough to just make sure that he was down for good. I mean, this is when you go hard and just start bashing away with the frying pan over their heads.
She's trying to get, the sister-in-law has told her, get out the door, use the keys, and get out. You'll be fine.
You don't have to do that when you've got a frying pan and he's on the floor. You just
mother-in-law still got the knife, so you got to worry about.
Even though she doesn't have cancer, I bet she can take out the mother-in-law.
Mother-in-law with a frying pan versus a knife. I like that frying pan.
I'm not an expert, but are the DA's doors really bulletproof?
Again, this magical DA that needs an artist murder to become mayor. I'm pretty sure he's not really doing that high-profile case out in the boondocks. Now, of course, he's not living in Chicago proper, which there's that. Everybody who's I know at least three of you have been to Chicago. You're not being the mayor of the DA of Chicago and living in the boondocks. You don't want to deal with the traffic to get to Chicago. There's no way that you're getting some out in the country villa that you got to have bulletproof doors. But you need this case to become mayor. Yeah.
Okay. And Jace, this was the point that Dad raised because he watched it too. And I was like, Dad's the smartest person. Tyler should hire him on. You're like, why is he going through all this stuff? All he needed to do was kill his wife, because that would have been all the sympathy he needed. There's so many plot holes in faking Mom's cancer battle when you could just make it easy. Have her and Zaire in a car accident. And oh no, there's a tragedy. Instead, I've got to go through the hassle of taking Mom to these fake me out doctor's appointments for chemo that's not happening. Why? It's so unnecessary.
First of all, and this is where, okay, let's just get to here and we'll just stop mind frame, right? So the big reveal is she doesn't have cancer. The big reveal is that she's been sleeping with old boy. His wife slept with old boy. You don't even know when. right? Because this dude has had a girlfriend for some time.
Well, it was at least 6 months ago.
Well, or long, could have been longer.
I mean, it was like
remember, it was like layers. She was underneath.
There were layers to it, son.
As you think about it all, and you realize that it's been a farce and a sham, then you go back to Heidi working as a damn maid. You didn't get any money. They didn't hit you with no proper money. You're a maid.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. They called ICE and said, "Get out."
But even deporting her, but there's still a record of a picture of Heidi. So make sure Heidi can't re-entry. So
you had to Bun fake her death to work as a maid in the DR. She's Mexican now. See, they go to a Mexican resort.
And they're like, let's not forget this part. Thank you. I was like, please let's not forget. She's supposed to be Mexican named Heidi, and they find her in Dominican Republic.
You're not even with your people.
Now, I got an American geography, brain. We're not really taught geography well in this country. But I'm pretty sure that Mexico's over here, and DR is like not close at all.
It's literally Jamaica. Mexico under California, DR around Florida.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
So,
they could have said Cabo. That would have made more sense. But
that's what in your head.
Right? What's up, man? You left too early. See, that's what happened.
This is what happened.
We're not even done yet.
Oh no!
There's more.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out. I'm still trying to figure out how her best friend, sister-in-law, never happened to mention, "Hey, I might have slipped up." I mean, we've been so buds for years and years. I don't happen to mention to my girlfriend, "Hey, there was one time I was, this artist hit me with the okie doke, and things happened."
But she knew she was in on it. That's the crazy part.
That's another mind screw. So they're all in on it. She knows.
But they turn on her and they say, "You kill her." And you're like, "I don't want to." I'm like, that was the confusing part.
Yeah,
it's so much extra work.
What we didn't expect is our sister-in-law to take the case. Your best argument was, don't take the case. If you know you have this grand plot, you come up with some emotional, hey, maybe we should suck up to you just a little bit and not be a bunch of assholes. Let's try and get you really to, hey, I think we can, help you out with some money. I really think I got a really great client that I really can hook you up with.
It would have been so easy. Right. You're right. To make her part of the family.
Yeah, I mean, like, bring you into the fold.
I mean, if she's part of the family, all this goes away.
Exactly. All of it. If she feels loved and part of the crew, they're like, how can we make her want to take this case? Oh, we'll continue to be jerks to her and tell her what she's not going to do. Yeah. Everybody's going to do this.
It just didn't make any sense up to this
point. No. All right, so Javon.
And he's not frozen. That's the literal look on his face.
Right. Oh no, and there's more. Here we go.
We're gonna take you home right now. All right, so Mea finally gets away. She's got keys to the car, but Mama has turned into Jason Voorhees' mama. So she hops on the hood of the car, and she's like, "I'm gonna get you." And then Mea hits a tree, and then Mama gets flying.
Classic.
Mama flies off, and apparently she's now dead.
They all hit a tree with somebody on the. They never make it out of town. They always crash.
Right. So Mea then does the sensible thing and starts running in the
middle of the street.
I'm going to get away.
Shorty's in shape.
And I feel like this is also the time where just hitting everybody with the frying pan would have solved a lot of running and a lot of extra trouble. She happens to stop someone who randomly is Cal, who's on the way to the family anyway. So Cal's like, "What's up, baby? They're trying to kill me. Who? Get in the car." And Mea apparently has ran 2 miles, or maybe it's 100 miles. I don't know. She's running, and then she's like, "Cal, why are we heading back to the house?" And Cal's like, "Hold on, I'm calling 911. Hey, something's going on with my wife. We're on the highway." Okay, we'll call you back. Then the highway apparently is 10 miles because the police are going to find her on this highway as they're going in the opposite direction of wherever he said we are on the highway.
Right.
He gets another call. Hey, 911. That would be a sensible thought that 911 would be calling me right back because I got off the phone so crazy with them. Sir, where on the highway are you? Oh, okay. No. He's like, yeah. Uh-huh. Right. And Mia is now suspicious of everyone.
Right.
You can't trust Zaire. She can't even trust her sister-in-law. Mother-in-law shady. She didn't have cancer. I was starting to feel a little bad for it, but who cares? My brother-in-law is a mass murderer, serial killer with manipulations of being the mayor. But I know I can trust Cal. But, Cal's not too great about this Bluetooth on the phone. Let me press the Bluetooth button because Cal is not watching me. He's right here driving. He's so focused on the road and the phone call. He's not seeing me. I don't know how your
my
peripheral
whole finger
vision
right
is while
here.
you're driving, but I feel like you notice when somebody's trying to change the station. What are you doing? Mia presses the Bluetooth, and Cal's like, yeah. And on the other end, it's not 911, Javon. It's the brother-in-law. Yeah, she's found everything. Bring her back.
Right. And now he's hearing it in stereo.
Yeah.
And still doesn't.
And he still didn't get it. He's like, wait a minute.
He's magically not hearing it in stereo. Every one of us has Bluetooth in your car. He's literally talking on the phone and it's acting like it's still in the car.
Right. I'm like,
it goes to Bluetooth.
Doesn't work like that.
It does not. It does not.
It looks like
on
the car. It ceases to be on the phone.
Exactly.
It just
It switches over. It's not it switches over.
It's very
and if you're smart enough, your Bluetooth is off anyway. Otherwise, it would have been connected to the car in the first place.
If you are trying to set your wife up for something, I'm thinking your phone isn't connected to the car. Just
all right, and then this car is not modern on many levels because Cal's like, you shut up. You've been treating me so bad. Also, did he really not sleep with Jenna for all this? And he's like, listen, you've been treating me so terrible. And so he's driving, and Mia's like, I got you. I'm going to undo your seatbelt. Have you been in a car where you're driving for like 2 seconds and it doesn't go bing, bing, bing?
Yeah,
right.
No bing on this car.
What got me before that is this man says, Harpo told me to beat you.
Yeah.
But I didn't.
Oh, yeah, he said, they told me to beat you, but I
Put
didn't.
you in line.
Should have been.
What? Oh, what? I mean, like,
guy doesn't have a
there's
job.
nothing going on.
Hey, Bama was weak to the end, bro.
They knew you were going to smash him. I'm like, what the hell?
Oh, yeah, no, you want to say that part again?
He said, they said they knew you were going to smash him. They knew that. I told them, nah. I was like
on a new edition of Pimp My Wife. And
that was the weirdest monologue ever of a crazy person that wasn't really a crazy person.
It made no sense. Like this is where the movie just really, I mean, it was off the rails.
They just said, forget it.
The self-destruction button at this point. Because of every character, Cal should not have been in on it. Cal was a loser. We had already established this. He was a loser in his own right, which is fine. He was not sleeping with the girl that his mom was trying to push. Why is he virtuous in this thing when he's trying to frame his wife for all this other stuff? Like, why is Jenna off limits?
I don't think Jenna was ever on limits, though. I think it was all part of
it.
It would have made more sense that he was trying to get with Jenna, so he had to frame his wife to get all this crap and get rid of her. It was all going to make sense except the Scooby-Doo gang actually unmasked me before it's all done.
Like, Jenna didn't want that mama. I never left the mama's teeth, boy. The mom was trying to push that narrative, man, and I don't think she ever wanted them.
It's so weird. It's like, why go through this whole charade with Jenna, who is just your video game buddy, like your streaming video game pal? Why even work that into the mix? It's like so many unnecessary layers for a simple let me kill my wife and blame it on the artist. I don't need to involve my sister-in-law, my brother, the investigator. I don't need any of that. And if Cal we're totally oblivious to all this stuff. Everything else makes sense. But the reason that Tyler decided Cal had to be in on it was because he needed to absolve Mea from sleeping and cheating on her husband. And the only way he was going to fix that if Cal was in on it. Because all signs pointed, the hallway hotel shot made it so Jimmy had to be in it. Because Jimmy would know, hey, everyone else in the family has gone into the hotel room. Why then is Jimmy's camera only activated when Cal is there? What kind of bozo investigation is this? Where, hey, mama's going in, the brother's going in, the sister-in-law's going in. Hey, take the picture when it's only Cal and a little girl.
Jimmy can't find the girl, but Mea finds her in one trip to the DR's hotel. I mean, it's like he goes to Mexico and can't find her because he's
looking in the wrong wrong side of the country. There.
I mean, so
he's the wrong kind of Mexican.
Jimmy is in on it. There is no way involved. Jimmy is in on it. He's trying to help he's going to become a press secretary for the mayor after all this is said and done. This is what's going on. Except we can't get Jimmy for the last day of shooting.
See Jimmy at the end?
And bro,
no, we don't.
Jimmy is literally gone to the next movie. That's the only reason.
He went to the next set.
The only reason
like on Atlanta. It's like,
I'm sorry, Tyler, my bad. He's like, Tyler was like, don't worry, I got another ending. Don't worry. You do.
I'm gonna go with ending B. No sense.
How do you follow somebody and then take a picture in the front of them?
Yeah, I mean, it's just they're in the hallway, but the camera's positioned like it's on the ceiling. So how is he getting surveillance footage from this hotel, and why this one room? Like it makes zero sense.
You say, you have video evidence of other people going into this room, but you only get this one because again, you're in on the scam. You're trying. Mea just doesn't pay you as much as Cal's brother does, so you decided to betray Mea all at the end, so you can be part of the new mayor's campaign.
Can we talk about what happened to Cal, please? Because
it's
stuck in my head now. I don't want to go back to the hallway because now we've gotten to this part, and that scene is just stuck in my head. And I'm like, that's some Fast and Furious metaphysics.
Listen, Fast and Furious never defies real world logic in this level. And they
just
have
saying.
a car flying in space held together by duct tape. So Mea unfastens his seatbelt, and his is the only car that doesn't go beep beep. Seatbelt's off. She swerves into a tractor trailer, assuming that it's not just going to keep swerving. The tractor trailer is not going to destroy their car because it's swerving and gets her side. She's just assuming I can control this. Cal's not going to swerve back and he's going to go too far and the tractor trailer is going to roll up on my end. Nope. And since Jimmy does not have his seatbelt on, he goes flying off into the road.
Cal does
not getting destroyed, rolled up over by the tractor trailer. He just goes flying through the windshield.
And he was weaker than her.
Oh yeah, he was. I forgot about that part. and Mia's airbag came up, but it was like to here. So I did not understand how I was going to say that.
Because the makeup, they didn't want to mess up Kelly Rowland's makeup. It's in the contract.
We got
no paint and everything. Nothing here. So it was like right there, half the card missing. Sure. Yes.
It made no sense.
No.
And then the way he even got hit, let's say all that happened. This man and then he just rolls on the ground. I'm like, no. He should be splashed.
He flies into the windshield. If Magic
he's done. He should be in half. Really, actually, he should be in half.
Yeah.
Tyler
Sludge guy on RoboCop.
For that kind of thing.
No.
It was wild. He was like, we can do a red room, but we can't do this dude dismembered.
Yeah.
So Zaire is now acquitted because of this crazy over the top.
You jumped. Hold up, but I won't even allow you to jump like that.
Where?
What did he miss?
Where the hell did the police come from?
Are you talking about at the place?
It was a fake call to the police.
She must have called the police, I guess.
No, remember our tractor trailer probably after
they came to the house, bro. They didn't come to the accident.
That was the morning.
Well, they figured it out, and they were like, "Oh, what's going on?" Yeah, that's fine. I can deal with
one
that.
Survivor's left. Yeah, we'll believe
it. It seemed like the police came right
out of all the things in this movie. You really
Hey,
went
Chief.
12 on the only
I am
logical
with
thing
you.
in the movie.
That wasn't logical to me.
No, Chief, you're right though. Why did the brother-in-law stay? I mean, he should have known the gig was up. Why is he still waiting on the cops to come through?
Well, I mean,
Yeah, that's
He
true.
should have left.
if you're the brother-in-law,
Yeah, no, that doesn't make sense.
I'm thinking I can spin this my way.
There's no way.
No,
He should have burned that painting with his wife's portrait.
The DA, the highly respected DA, is like, okay, I'm smart enough to come up with this murder mystery. I can spin this so it's all Mia who was trying to kill our whole family.
I'd go the other way. I'm the DA. I'm smart enough to
know.
know I can't win. I'm gonna go take my ass to the DR with this chick and be done with it.
Hey Heidi, are they hiring here?
Let's say what's up with Heidi, and
I don't know,
yeah,
man.
can I get some
Just look
service?
like
Yeah, I'm a two gun. I'm
highway,
going down there and
And
pushing
then
the
the police
car.
pulled up to the house
Exactly.
and started arresting people. And I'm like,
There
no.
wasn't anybody else to arrest. It was just him. Mama was
Who's on the
dead.
left?
They're right dead.
So
He should have left. I mean,
Yeah.
he should have just
That's
taken
what I'm saying. You
his
should be
boat.
down there with Heidi, chilling.
Right. Made no sense. So anyway, so we got that. And then Zaire is now, he's back free. I like to thank Mia. Yeah, Mia. And if you want to come through and get a new painting, you know where to find me. And Mia is now on her third phone. She gets Zaire's text and was like, you know what? I'm getting another phone. What's her cell phone budget? Because she's just losing and breaking phones left and right.
Trusting like Mary J. Blige on that Waiting and Exhale song.
but what happened was she sold the rights to the story, and now Mia's a millionaire.
There you go.
That's what they should have done.
A great book.
She just walked off.
She turns into Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible Ghost
No,
Protocol.
she Mary, I'm not gonna cry. That's all. Like she Mary, I'm not gonna cry. She with the whole joint in the hood, just throwing away phones. Them joints are not cheap. She just throwing away phones but she got money. She ain't got no money.
Exactly. I mean, her whole
it's been
at this point, she's had enough money to go to the Dominican Republic after getting disbarred. So she's basically hitting this is your life running through your whole budget because I don't know what's going to happen, but I'll see what happens later on. She's been gone for 6 months. There's no more money. She sold her house. Everything's gone to crap. But yeah, I'm going to throw cell phones away. Yeah, makes sense.
I'm telling you, that's how she did it. You didn't know that, but at the end of the credits, it said that she sold the rights.
She sold them to Tyler Perry Studios.
Yeah, wherever she sold them, bro. Because that would make a hell of a story, right? It was a wild joint, man. She just, my man's like, yo, I would love to see you again.
She's like, trash. Didn't hit delete, block, nothing. Just toss it in the daggone trash can.
And I don't know why, man. I mean,
you can sing your SIM card, you can do a lot of things.
But the fact that
Tyler Perry doesn't understand.
Didn't deter you. Now all of a sudden, it's you're not interested. So after all that, you might as well have went there, knocked on this door and shoot. You know what I want.
Right.
You know what
I mean?
neighbor.
Yeah. Get off again. Yeah.
I mean, you've been in jail for a while.
Hey,
I'm sure you're ready.
In 15 minutes, they right back at the door. But they didn't come back for. They came back for this. It looks like little chipped off pieces of rock.
So I had a bunch of people. Shout out to the folks who posted comments about the movie. Respectfully, I mean, some people loved it, so that's all good or whatever. But nobody's like, you're the worst.
Some people loved it.
It was all good. It was all love. Like people were saying, I really liked it. Some people didn't. Okay. So it was good. We had nice dialogue, but I had to read one to you all. This is from Carmen McKeever. In terms of being one of Tyler Perry's best movies, I would not say that this was even in the top 10. It could have been much better. A lot of plot points were predictable. Some of them seemed thrown together to form no point whatsoever. And the ending was ridiculous. To put it another way, it seemed like a spoof. It was like watching a Saturday Night Live skit or one of those Wayne movies that are spoofs of other movies. I kind of felt like, I think you guys said that.
I recommend that she watches Acrimony.
Some other people said I thought it was great. I've already watched it twice. I will give it a 10. Listen, I thought the movie was great.
They like their steak well done. That makes sense.
I like to chew forever.
Got it. That's fine. I mean, some people like their steak well done in Tyler Perry movies. Some people like their steak good in good movies. Hey, who am I to judge?
Yeah.
Some people like to get bashed in the testicles as a fetish.
Over and over again.
Can I
have another?
Yeah. If this is your flavor movie, honestly, because the fact is, how we thought of this movie was so bad that it actually got the five of us together. So if you have more bad movies that are actually going to draw the five of us out, suggest them, because we'll make some comments on. Like, trust me, this is a 10 out of 10. Please send us your recommendation. I
would love to defecate all over your favorite movie, because the other people would probably like Face Off.
Hey, I like Face Off.
Hey, nothing wrong with Face Off.
I would say this. Go into any of your wives and run your fingers down their face.
Oh, I've done that. I've done it. You got to go like that. It's just I've done it. And they're like, what the? Like, this is the exact look she gives me. Don't do that again. It's the greatest thing ever.
That's the creep. That's
the best part about Face Off. A generation of dudes just doing that to their wives forever. And their wives pissed off because they know where it comes from. They just get mad and like, don't ever do that. This is the dumbest thing.
It's weird. I don't like it.
Exactly.
All
right, Chief. What's your final thoughts on Mea Culpa?
I think that it was a farce. I thought that it could have been something, and they turned it into, I don't know. It was silliness. It was just pure. I don't even know there's a word for it. It was
I got a word.
It was ridiculous. And then the plots didn't make sense. The pieces didn't come together like they should have. It left you left with more holes than you started off with. Like, everything they tried to add depth to it just made it even seem more. It was just made it more sillier. Made the plot more stupider. Made the characters seem more idiotic. It was a bunch of non-thinking, idiotic, grown-up people. I feel like it was a bunch of teenagers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Something that you would do when you was like 15 or something.
That's what I said. It's the greatest script I ever wrote in junior high.
You know what I mean? And you just, the wild things you would do, the thought process as a kid. You know what I mean? Like, shorty in the back. Oh, y'all already went? It's cool? Oh, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. You know what I mean? When you're 15, that's like, yeah. You know what I mean? You find a roller, y'all like, yeah. You know what I mean? As an adult, you don't want nothing to do with a roller. Oh, she a roller? Oh, all right, yeah. Nah, I'm cool. And I feel like, you know what I mean? That in itself, like, the movie should have ended somewhere 10 minutes in. I thought, you know what I mean? Because like I said, I felt like Shorty's character has a black woman taking that abuse. I felt like the husband was soft. I thought the mother was over the top, disrespectful. Like, so in that first dynamic, you was like, oh, nah, that's not gonna happen. And then it kept, well, if you don't think this is gonna happen, what do you think about this?
Right.
And if you don't think this is gonna happen, what do you think about this?
Think about that.
It just kept going up on a slope, and they just kept one-upping the scenario before it till it just crescendoed into this.
It tried to
to this gumbo, to this paella. It was just you know what I mean? Just different stuff in it. You had the clams and the shrimp and your rice, and you're
Look,
like, what is
paella's
this?
good. This is a Frankenstein.
good.
I'm trying to tell you.
No,
The
Paella's
word you're
good.
looking for is
waffles and gummy
Frankenstein.
bears and sardines in it.
But it's bro. So yeah, I just think that's what it was. It was just a crescendo of silliness till it got to the point, and then everything just fell off the cliff with the plot, the things that shouldn't have happened, the things that should have happened, the things they should have resolved, the things that didn't get resolved. I mean, we here at the end of the show, like, what happened to Jimmy? What happened to Jimmy? You know he wanted
Jimmy was
her.
the shadiest dude in this whole movie, and then magically doesn't show up for the final act.
Because I think a cartel
Jimmy down there with Heidi. That's it. Jimmy down there with Heidi. That's
Jimmy
it.
had sense. He left.
What do you know about Heidi? There was a Heidi, but not the Heidi.
Ben found Heidi. That's what happened. That was his room. She was surfacing.
And then you got a person working on your resort in the DR, and you don't know nothing about her. You can't find her. There's like, come on, bro. You've been in the DR. We all been in
Murder victim.
Come on, man. You gotta get. You can't just walk on a resort in the DR.
No.
Even the people who work there got to check in.
Yeah. There's pictures of everybody. There's cameras everywhere. All you would have to go is, hey, can I get the record of this person right here? I don't have to do any of this silliness at the end of this movie. It was just, at the end of the movie, it was just, all right, you're so invested. You see there's only 20 minutes left. And you're not going to turn this off after how stupid it is. You're going to stick around for this last 20 minutes. And then you're going to look at yourself like, I should have stopped in 5 minutes. After that scene with the mom,
2 different movies.
I should have stopped, because this level of unbelievableness is this is so just there's no way this happens. The wife who's holding everything down is going to take the abuse of mom on her cancer bed. No, she would have tore her a new asshole. Not a chance. And we all should have said, all right, this is I can't do this any further. And like Chief said, it just, oh really? Word?
Great. Like, how do we come from the crappy family dinner to, okay, we broke, we need money, guys, do this, court case, this basic instinct situation, all the way to the sex dungeon.
We're
no, this family dinner, sex dungeon, right there.
Again, we're plotting, but we're also framing the guy for murder to run for mayor. Yes.
Right. To the triple threat, triple double twist.
It was so much work. Like the whole mom, chemo and cancer thing. Like, why? And Heidi really needed a better payoff. Like that to me was the dumbest part. Like
that's slightly racist. Like, I was sitting here like, so you just made her a maid in a DR resort.
Like you could have ran into her anywhere, like Chicago.
Anywhere.
I mean,
nah,
it's not like Heidi's picture was plastered all over and the whole, hey, this is for Heidi. She could have been anywhere, living a fast life. She could have watched her popping out of a nice Ferrari, whatever. Heidi? Oh shoot! And then she's
full stereotype.
Yeah, it's just why, dude. So this was an epic movie. I mean, it was a bad, arguably terrible movie, but it was really funny. And he didn't make it to be funny, but wow. I don't think
not the worst Tyler Perry movie. I will give that credit. It was not the worst Tyler Perry movie.
Let's say if somebody said, "Hey, should I watch this movie?" What would your opinion be? Should they watch this movie?
Yes.
Out of reflex, I say no. It's a Tyler Perry movie.
I could piss in your eye, and I could piss in your eye, and it could have the same effect as watching this movie.
I mean, I had the greatest steak yesterday, and I had my little green smoothie and everything. And then this morning, you know what happens? Bubble guts, everything. You should have watched that. Go down the drain before you watch anything with that man's name on it. Ever. That includes this movie. I said it's not the worst Tyler Perry movie. That doesn't mean it's great.
No,
please don't watch this.
Honestly,
don't watch it.
I feel like Tyler Perry is either hates his audience and is the ultimate troll, or he's just that bad at writing. But then I don't know.
He doesn't care. He literally doesn't care. And he said this on camera before. On that other whack show on Netflix. He doesn't care.
He doesn't care. And people will eat it up. They eat it up.
He has an audience.
Hey, honestly, I'm just glad that I didn't have to pay money to watch this. Now, I would, if you asked me, would I watch this movie or that other movie where the lady at the end, the twist of it was there were people in the basement after the old lady had tried to hook up with this young dude. What was it, Jeff?
Oh, from Grace.
Fall from Grace.
That was the worst Tyler Perry movie.
That was the one I cannot say
in our lifetime.
There's nothing you can. That movie is irredeemable. This one,
Fall from Grace.
It
was terrible.
We did this one on the podcast.
Had the nerve to have Cicely Tyson in that movie, man. I swear to goodness, you should be shot just for disrespecting her, for putting her in that movie.
A nice paycheck off that one. That was the only saving grace on that movie. But this one is go in for the comedy, and you'll have water cooler talk to your friends about at least for a week how ridiculous this movie is.
It was
Now,
funny.
I took my mom to see Medea's family funeral or whatever the title was. It was one of the last ones he did before the pandemic, his funeral. And I felt like, I told y'all, I felt like he should have been out there apologizing to people as they came out of the theater, handing them their damn money back, because that movie was terrible. But this was like, I don't know, it's like Spike Lee coming off of Do the Right Thing and saying, you know what, Malcolm X, I'm going to top my last work. But instead of doing, King Midas touch of gold, it's King Midas touch of shit, because this was even worse. Like, comparable, I would rather watch 5 Medea movies back to back to back, like a Lord of the Rings, complete the series, than watch this one movie again.
I don't even want to do any of that. I don't want to watch no damn Deeds. I don't watch no freaking Mr. Deeds. I don't want to watch no damn Why'd I Get Married Too. I keep telling people there were 2 movies. I'm sitting here like, this man has finally figured it out, got some hope, Family That Prays, and Why Did I Get Married, the first one. There were some things, but he still made them. They was okay. Then he went completely said, F it, I don't care anymore. I was trying too hard, and I had too many different writers, and I got to pay people. So I don't want to pay people, and I'm gonna write this Why I Get Married Too and just change the characters completely. I'm like, well,
it's a good run.
And he's been going downhill ever since, bro.
Wasn't that the one where the gay guy popped out of the cake for the husband and he ran out of his job and got killed by a truck or something?
Why'd I Get Married Too?
Didn't that happen in the second one?
I think that was that one.
The husband did get killed, and it was just like, that's it. That's it right here.
And that was it. It was done. And remember, that was a ridiculous. I mean, Why Did I Get Married was nowhere near like that. That character wasn't even anywhere near like that.
Why Did I Get Married was actually good. All right, well, fellas, Chief has to take it down for the night, and he's got to get all of his research, all his notes, because on Friday night, this Friday, we're going to do a movie watch along of Green Lantern, the 2011 hit. Starring Ryan Reynolds. And Chief is going to pull out his best Mia. He's going to defend this movie as we watch along. So,
2 hours farting a gas mask.
We're all set for it. So, fellas, we can't go another 3 years without the 5 of us coming together for another movie.
Sorry.
Hopefully,
Absolutely.
something better or just a regular show on Wednesday. But thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you all for watching this spectacle, this rehashing of Mea Culpa, maybe for the last time. But for now, this episode allows Movie Files has been filed.